G'day and welcome to the IAAF Melbourne World Challenge from Lakeside Stadium. I'm Mossy. This is Robbo. We've got Wormy over here. We've also got Lynchy. That's right. We've got everyone here to catch up with all the everything tonight. Robbo, look at this, mate. Absolutely sensational.
Yeah, Mossy, absolutely pinching myself to be here, and it's great to be joined by yourselves in the live stream team. And yeah, look, the conditions down here tonight, we're a bit swirly, a little bit of breeze around. The rain looks like it's stayed away, and we're set, the sun's out, we're set for an amazing night. It's a twilight meet down here in Melbourne tonight, so looking forward to some fast times, some great performances, and as you mentioned, it's an IAAF branded event, World Challenge. It's kicking off the series of World Challenges, and mate, it's just fantastic to be here.
Yes, well, we talked about the conditions there, a little bit of breeze about. Lynchy, how much of an effect will that have on times tonight?
Hopefully we see a bit of a tailwind for the sprinters, but the 400, maybe the distance runners might find it a bit tough going down the back straight. And hopefully those field eventers, the jumpers and the javelin throwers might get a little bit of a tailwind to
the chuckers.
Pull it through. The chuckers, sorry, not the javelin throwers, the javelin chuckers. Maybe we can see some big throws.
Absolutely. Now, with us tonight, we've got Ollie Wormy Worm. You're going to be out there catching up with all the action in the field. Some big battles out there tonight, Wormy.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me, guys. It's going to be an absolute cracking night of athletics. I've pinpointed some absolute cracking battles out there. I've called it the Battle of Threes. So the women's javelin, the 3Ks, Mickle, Mitchell and Roberts, they have all been in outstanding form. All of them are going to be having a big crack tonight. Hopefully we're going to see some personal bests, and even, you know, we could even see the national record. That could be huge. The men's long jump, Frayne, Crowther and Lapierre, 3 world-class jumpers. We haven't seen Frayne or Crowther for some time. Lapierre, you never know what to expect. So I think it's going to be a cracking night of athletics, and the conditions are all right, boys, but we'll let them do the talking out there on the track.
Now, one thing that I didn't mention there, we've got the young and the old of men's discus. We've got Matt Denny, the young fella. We've also got Ben Harradine. That should be an absolutely mouth-watering clash out there tonight as well.
Yeah, well, Denny, he's the man of the future. You know, it's great to see Australian discus doing so well. And Harradine, he's the man. He's our greatest ever. So I assume he's going to throw well tonight, and I'll keep you posted throughout the night, round by round, how he's going.
Now, Lynchy, you had a great call down there in Sydney last week after the storm at the Sydney Track Classic. What are some of the events that have caught your eye here in Melbourne tonight, mate?
Oh, it's got to be the head-to-head battles on the track. You got Sally and Mel again, and see who's going to take the win. Sally got one up last week. Mel got it at the ACT Champs, and again, another battle of threes in the 800. Risley, Rowe and Ralph. See who can follow Solomon the closest and maybe even take him out.
So it's a mixture of world stars, world champions, and some of Australia's best track and field athletes. We're on the modified tartan couch tonight, Mossy, here at trackside, and only metres from the finish line. And we're going to be bringing you all the action, all the hype, and all the colour. Also on Twitter, we want to engage with you out there watching. We've got a special little challenge for you. We want you to take a photo of where you're watching the live stream tonight. Send it through to us. Use the hashtag #TartanCouch, and we'll see that, and we'll give you a shout out on the stream. We've got people watching all over the world. Mossy, Ireland, they're waking up. It's early morning there. London, Moscow, Sopo, all over
Glasgow.
the world. Even up in Queensland, I believe they're watching.
Let's not forget Dubbo and also Lithgow. So
That's right.
Everywhere's got us covered. Look, it's going to be awesome to be with you, giving you all the action tonight. That's right, every race covered, as much of the field as we possibly can at the IAAF Melbourne World Challenge live here online at Lakeside Stadium. We're just going to go cut to a break, and we'll catch up with you very shortly.
So welcome back trackside here, and I've got Wormy next to us, and mate, just wanted to talk a little bit more about some of the field events. We've got some of the field events already underway. The men's pole vault, that kicked off earlier. Look out for Joel Pocklington in that one. The women's discus is also happening at the same time as the men's discus, and that's already underway. It's just started, along with the women's triple jump, and look for Linda Leverton from Queensland in that one. And the men's shot put, also they're just warming up in behind us, so we'll endeavour to keep you updated. Ollie's going to be out there, he's our field marshal, and we'll be keeping you updated round by round as those events come in. Ollie, I know you're a big fan of the hurdles, mate, a strong field, largely with the men's 110 metre hurdles, an untouched field. We've got the addition of Joel Brown from the States, David Oliver's training partner. That's got to be a mouth-watering prospect to see these young Aussie hurdlers take on the Americans once again.
No doubt, mate. It's great to have an athlete like David Oliver out here. You know, sub 13 seconds is world class, one of the greats of all time. Joel Brown as well. His PB is 13:20. So once again, he's run quicker than any Australian ever has before. And you pop into that equation, Nick Hoff and Sam Baines, both in the shape of their life. They're the future of Australian hurdling. So I'd love to see those boys get in the 1350s tonight if the conditions permit. They've both trained well throughout the week. Thursday, Sam did some starts with David Oliver and Joel Brown. So Baines is gearing towards this race. He's getting better and better every run after a few years out of the sport. So he's so far so good. And I think Baines is going to run a cracker tonight. So here's my dark horse to put it to David Oliver. I think he's got enough to take these Aussies tonight, but I want to see the Aussies get more personal best. That's what we're after.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be an exciting race, that men's hurdles. And in the women's, we've got, obviously, Sally coming back, first hurdles race after her silver medal over there in Sopot in Poland. Unfortunately, the head-to-head with Nia Ali didn't go to plan.
She was scared. She was scared.
No, it certainly was going to be a mouth-watering prospect. But, yeah, the hurdles are going to be great. Just also, I wanted to run through, we're going to have the women's 3,000 metre steeplechase, and throughout the call tonight, we're going to be joined by a couple of Australia's greatest athletes, and we're going to have Benita Willis. She's travelled all the way out from her home in Boulder, Colorado in the States, just to be here to take part in the live stream. Tamsin Manu, she will also be joining us to help call a couple of the races as well. And I know she's very excited. She is, one of Australia's darlings of the track, and it's going to be great to hear her expert comments as well. Now, look, I know there's some field events going on at the moment. We're going to throw it back up to Lynchy and Mossy in the commentary box, and we'll hopefully, get a bit of footage, and we'll send Ollie to go out and get some updates on your bike, Ollie.
All right, mate. Catch you soon.
Yes,
over to you guys.
Yes, that's right. Dave, Robbo, Robertson, and we've got Wormy out there as well. As you'll see, just coming out across the track, some of the young kids who are doing some of the school relays at the moment. Lynchy, you probably remember doing a few school relays at plenty of track classics around Australia, or did you ever get a chance to do it?
Yeah, it's probably one of the best things. They get that feeling of running against and in front of this crowd. You're not going to get that kind of atmosphere at a school comp, and they get to feel like they're on the same level as these internationals.
And you're not racing tonight, mate. You're one of Australia's premier 400-metre runners. What's the go, mate?
I did get a late call up, but I decided the live stream commentary was a little bit more important at the moment.
So it's a huge event tonight. We've got two reigning Olympic gold medalists in Sally Pearson and Valerie Adams. We've got 4 current world champions from Moscow. So this, I guess, shows the IAAF World Challenge. It's big, isn't it? I mean, it's below the Diamond League. There are over a dozen events worldwide, but Melbourne here, it's attracted some of the big names.
Yeah, it's the first World Challenge on the circuit, and we do get a little bit of help from the IAAF, and it brings a lot of athletes out here. So there's a little bit extra prize money on the line, and there's a little point score system, so everyone gets a bit of a chance. Look, the crowd, they're ready to go. There's crowds scattered all over the place. There's field events on. We're still waiting for some of the first track events to start, but I think it's going to be an awesome night.
And we just saw Ben Harradine throw at a 59.34. So just getting things underway from him. It's not, he can go well above that as well. And as I said in the introduction, they're talking to Wormy, looking at Harradine versus Denny.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Harradine, you'd expect him to throw it a bit further, but Denny pretty pumped up. A little bit of a track fact for you, a bit of trivia. Denny has his own ring installed at his place up there in the Blue Mountains.
Yeah, that's a big backyard. If you've got your own throwing circle, they
5
throw
acres.
5 acres. That's enough. Hopefully keeps the hammer throws and the discus inside the fence there. But if you're throwing 70 metres, you do need quite a big backyard.
Just a quick one there from down at the field, Mossy. I'll pull you up. It's actually up in Queensland, near Toowoomba is where the Dennies live, and that's where the ring is. And I think it's open for use. If you're up driving by, you can get a free throw.
That's definitely Blue Mountains up there, isn't it?
I'm sure there's some mountains up there that are blue.
So we're not far away from the men's 400-metre ambulance event. We've also got the 3,000-metre women's steeplechase. We will have Benita Willis jumping in as well. Highlights for you tonight, Lynchy. What are you looking forward to most?
I'm really looking forward to the hurdles. We didn't get to see the women's hurdles in Sydney, so we get to see Sally, McCann and Jenica, and then again Huff and Baines against Oliver in the hurdles.
We're going to expect probably to see Sally smoke the field once again in the hurdles, but Jenica versus McCann, that's a battle in itself.
It is. Jenica's been so agonisingly close to the B qualifier, so I think McCann, she'll get another B, but I reckon Jenica will get it.
As we just see there, a shot putter. Not sure if we can get his number plate, but big one out there. He's gone above the yellow. Yep. That's a Commonwealth A qualifier.
So that's Tom Walsh, the Kiwi. So he just came back with a world indoor bronze medal. It's very surprising. So let's see what their qualifiers are for the New Zealand team.
Robbo, you've got them down there. The Commonwealth Games qualifiers for the Kiwis.
I do, Mossy. Yeah, it's going to be great to see the Kiwi chuckers tonight, and they've travelled across the ditch. Last week, we were just not quite sure about some of the Kiwi standards, but I'm told they're very difficult as well. So you've got in the men's shot putter, sorry, I'm just finding it now, the A standard, 20 metres 60, and 1975 is the B. Big Tom Walsh, I tell you what, he's a big boy, and a lot of the throwers down here for the shot put, impressive human beings. I've got Ollie Worm here. He's just got a couple of updates, and we'll pass it on to him now.
Speaking of Big Tom Walsh, he went around 3 now after 2 rounds. Big Tom Walsh from New Zealand, 20 metres and 48 centimetres, so just off his personal best of 2061. He did recently throw 21-26 indoors, so already over 20 metres. That's some world-class throwing there from the big Kiwi. Across to the discus now. Ben Harradine, moderate throw first round, 59-34 for him, with our young gun Denny just behind him, 55-17, and one of our all-time greats in the discus, Danny Samuels, 61-28 after round 1. Kim Mulhall's in second with 50 metres and 8 centimetres. So some solid performances early on there in our field events, and I'll get back to you once I find out more.
All right, excellent work. Now we're back here checking out the pole vault. But we are waiting very soon for the men's ambulant para-athletic 400 metres. There they are on the line, setting up the blocks.
It's one of those events that obviously while they're running, you can see exactly what's happening, but once they cross the line, it takes a bit of time to calculate because they have a points system.
Yeah, different classifications. So they work their time off the world record for each classification, so it's not necessarily the first over the line. There is a bit of time to find out who actually is the winner, but you won't see them taking it easy. They're going to be putting it all on the line straight from the gun.
You'll see them just jumping on the blocks, getting ready to go. In lane 1, Brad Scott. Tom McLean from Victoria, just 17 years of age. Lane 3 will be Simon Patmore. Alberto Campbell from Queensland in lane 4. Nicholas Hum in lane 5. In lane 6, Sam Harding. Tim Foster, the 21-year-old from New South Wales. And on the outside will be Braden Davidson. He's just 16 years of age, so we've got a couple of teenagers in this event. So it's great to see the kids out here tonight, and look forward to seeing them in this 400 metres.
All right, there she is. Danny Samuels already had a 61-metre throw in her first round. Let's see what she can do now. very big throw. Look, well over 60 metres. That looks like it's going to improve on a first round effort. Let's see what comes up on the board.
Danny Samuels from the western suburbs of Sydney. She's the darling of the field, won a world championship in 2009. So burst onto the scene. Sort of hasn't risen above that, but we'll look forward to seeing her after a few injuries. So yeah, 62.06. 62.06, so that's another B qualifier for her. She's going to Glasgow.
Oh, she booked the tickets long ago.
So there we are, the men's ambulant 400 metres. Robbo, down there trackside, how are the boys looking for this first track event of the evening? Nope, he's not down there. He gets a bit distracted, old Robbo.
When you're trackside, there's a lot going on.
He'll be able to get pretty close to the action. He'll be able to get us some updates on Twitter. If you'd like to get in contact with us, it's #TartanCouch. Unfortunately, not everyone the couch we couldn't bring it with us. So the men's 400 metres ambulant. Scott, McLean, Patmore, Campbell, Hum, Harding, Foster and Davidson. Just seeing there Brad Scott being introduced. He'll be coming out of lane 1.
Brad Scott, 2 times Paralympic silver medalist and a bronze medalist and an IPC World Champ silver medalist. So he's pretty well credentialed in lane 1. Think of he's more of an 800 metre runner, so he's stepping down to the 4.
So you see there from the QAS, we've got Simon Patmore and Alberto Campbell. Patmore, 27 years of age, came second in the Queensland Champs with a 51.97.
He's also more of a shorter sprinter. I think he's a medalist from the Delhi Commonwealth Games.
Okay. Patmore, Campbell and Hum, the ones to watch. And they're off. Patmore out clean. Campbell a little bit slower as they go around the first bend. The boys on the outside just taking it easy. They've been sort of tucking in behind here in the men's 400 metre ambulant race.
Oh, Nicholas Hum's going out very well, but there's Simon Patmore from the QAS on the inside, coming up on the shoulder of Alberto Campbell, but looks like a race in 3. Hum on the outside, but Patmore looks to be in the lead as he comes into the third 100. This is where the race really starts. Patmore's coming up on the inside, 150 metres to go. Second place, Campbell, and in third, Nicholas Hum.
So Simon Patmore, 27-year-old from Queensland, from Alberto Campbell. On the outside is Nicholas Hum. Of course, we'll have to check the points classification system, but Campbell fighting hard in the final stage of this event. Simon Patmore looks like he's going to take this one out. He will. From Campbell, coming home there was McLean. Hum as well amongst the mix. So great little run there, getting us underway here at the IAAF Melbourne World Challenge.
That's right, 50.90. Over a second better than he ran at the Queensland Champs. So he's definitely improved on what he's done earlier this year. Great running from the boys there. Campbell in second and Hum in third.
Robbo down there, trackside, the energy.
Yes, Mossy. Simon Patmore, the Queenslander. He looked the goods, I've got to say, on the start line, and he just dominated that race and took the tape at the end there. So the men's 400 ambulant all sewn up here at the IAAF Melbourne World Challenge. Plenty of field events still going on here as we see Carstairs in the shot put. He's a redhead, a man after your own heart, Mossy, and he's a big boy. He's about to throw this shot put a long way, I'm sure.
We can just see Ben Harradine entering the circle. He's about to get things underway. We'll catch up with him very, very shortly. Shot put, not a huge one for the big fella there. If we go over to the discus, we see Ben Harradine in the ring. He's definitely a character of the field events.
Oh, just tickling the 60-metre mark. He's probably wearing one of his most plain outfits that he's ever had. I've seen him in the silver sparkles, the floral bodysuits, the muscle bodysuit. He's just wearing black tonight. I thought he might have spruced it up a bit.
He's never worn his birthday suit, though. He wore one that looked like it.
Not sure that's legal. Where would you pin your numbers?
Well, it's one for another day. You see here in the shot put, they put a lot of effort into it, don't they?
Oh, mate, they're the big men. They're the true big men. You'll see a few different techniques, some spin and the slide. As you can see on the track, they're standing up for the 3,000-metre steeplechase in the women. That'll be underway very, very shortly.
So plenty of action in the field here at the IAAF Melbourne World Challenge event from Lakeside Stadium in Melbourne. Coming up very shortly, we do have an absolute treat for you here. We have Benita Willis. She'll be helping us call the action for the 3,000 metres women's steeplechase. And she'll stick around for the evening as well to catch up with the man later in the program, the 5,000 metres event, and to finish us off with the 1,500 metres women, which will be an absolute ripper. There
they are, the women on the walking out to their start line. They're going to be starting halfway down the home straight for this race. We've got some great athletes in there. A few doing some B qualifiers, so we're going to see a lot of performances that are right up there.
So you see there, Genevieve Lacaze has a race this season, spent a bit of time over in the States. She, last week, was a pacemaker.
In the 5,000 metres, took them around for 3K and did well. A lot of the qualifiers after she pulled out, so she did the duties very well. Looks like Tom Walsh, the big Kiwi, on his way into the circle. Dusting up the chin. So there's Damien Birkenhead coming in. He's got a B qualifier to his name already. He's probably the best performed Australian so far this year. There it is, over the B.
B qualifies 18.15, and the A is a 20 metres 10. So you can see there, if you are watching at home, the red tape, getting it over that is a B qualifier. The yellow will give you every opportunity to push yourself a claim to go over to Glasgow for the Commonwealth Games later in the year.
That'd be nice. I think he's just got another B to his name. You want to get as many of those as you can. And if you can win nationals with a B, you're there.
So just see there another one of our shot putters about to enter the circle. Speaking to Matt Denny in Sydney, I said these must have been terrible conditions to have a chuck, as I like to say out there, and he said beautiful. You like a wet ring because it allows you to get a bit more friction to launch out there. But it's also, just looking from the discus perspective, the way the wind's going, it's not the way you want it for a discus.
No, you want a bit of a headwind. Keeps the discus up in the air a little bit longer, gives you a bit of extra flight. But here's Tom Walsh, the bronze medalist from World Indoors. Looking for, oh, it's a foul, but he's looking for a 20-60 for an A qualifier.
So not far away from the women's 3,000 metres steeplechase. She'll be taking through that with myself and Benita Willis. Down there, trackside, Dave Robbo.
Yes, thanks very much, Mossy, and I'm joined by the Field Marshal, Ollie Worm. And Wormy, you got some updates from the field, mate?
Mate, there's been a big throw by the Kiwi lad. He has thrown 21-16 in the men's shot put. So, he had a couple of good throws early on. He's put it over 21 metres, so that's pretty impressive. Another world-class throw. And the women's triple jump, Linda Leverton is in the lead after 3 rounds with a jump of 13 metres, 20 centimetres. Ellen Petit not far behind her in 13 metres and 7 centimetres. I'll cross now to the women's discus, as we all assume. Danny Samuel's still in the lead after 2 rounds. 62.06 is her best. Alex Kennedy, one of our youngsters, is moving to second place, 51.82. And in the men's discus, Ben Harradine still retains the lead. He fouled his second throw, 59.34. So a bit of an update for you at home there. I'll get back to you with some more results shortly.
Yes, thank you very much, Wormy. Great to see all the action that you're covering there
Hey,
in the field.
Robbo, can you hear me down there?
Yes, I can.
There's a young fella in the background there. Do you reckon you could just tell him to move on for us?
Look, if anyone's watching, and this is certainly notable, the bloke in the background there, without much hair, is one of our former long jumpers, and he's just sniffing around to try and get some action on the live stream. He's claiming to be doing some work for the TV company. Got any quick words?
We are actually filming our opener for the show here, Robbo. But anyway, it's going to be good. I like it. I like your hair. I'm a bit envious of it, to be honest.
I've got a wig here.
That's me.
Look at this.
Oh, stop that.
This is Dave Colbert, former Australian Olympic long jumper. Look at, he's got to go. But he loves our wig. I personally...
Legend of the sport. He's jumped about 8:30, hasn't he?
I personally think he'd look good in one of these headbands, Wormy, so we'll have to work on that too. But look, this is the thing. It's Australia's sporting capital here in Melbourne, and you just bump into people like this down the street. At a big event like this, it's no surprises to see the rare company that we're surrounded by. But Wormy, you better go back out there, mate. Finish off your throws, and we'll hopefully have some results when you come back. But boys, a little treat down here from the track, and want to hear some more great calling from you guys.
Yes, thanks very much there, Dave Robbo. And we also got Wormy on the sideline and a special guest, Dave Colbert. So we're about to go to the women's 3,000 metres steeplechase. We've got 6 competitors tonight. Benita, welcome aboard.
Hey, yeah, it's nice to be here, and I haven't really seen a track meet for quite a while, so it's awesome to commentate tonight.
So I understand we've got one missing. Madeline Heiner hasn't been able to make the trip.
Yeah, I was just chatting to one of the coaches before, and he just said she's sick. So she had a great PB in Sydney the other day. So, yeah, we won't see her tonight.
So Spencer, Lacars, Victoria Mitchell, Conognatus, McSweeney and Rosa Flanagan, who blitzed the field last weekend, the 18-year-old Kiwi, to win up at Sydney. She beat them by about 100 metres. So she will be probably one to watch on the outside there. So they're being introduced to the field at the moment. I'm probably going to put you on the spot here, Benita, but can you tell us probably a couple of the athletes out there that you think might be heading up the field today?
Yeah, I was just chatting to Vic Mitchell before and actually roomed with her at Beijing Olympics. She hasn't really done that much since Beijing, but she's really coming back strong now. Know Genevieve Lacaze pretty well as well. You know, she was in London Olympic team with me, and you know, she's coming back strong now as well. Has moved back to Australia, so I think those two will be two to watch. Plus, there's a few younger ones as well. So yeah.
So the fastest woman in the field at 31 years of age is Victoria Mitchell. So with a 9:30.84 PB. The A qualifier here is 9:40 and a B at 10:02. With the should make things, if those girls can run anywhere near their best, they'll be right. So from the inside, Spencer, Lacars, Mitchell, Condogonus, McSweeney and Flanagan. I'll put a line through Heiner there, which is a bit disappointing. She's been running really well and I think had an 8-year break from the sport and came back last week and did really well.
Yeah, I actually thought that she was a bit older because felt like she's been around. You know, started out early and then I thought she was more my age, but definitely not.
So as you can see there, they're across. So 3,000 metres, 7 laps of the track. They get to do a bit of running and jumping. So Spencer from the inside, Lacaze. Vic Mitchell goes up, trying to get out in front early. Rosa Flanagan on the outside, you can see there. And so Spencer in the pink singlet. Mitchell, they're taking up the pace right at the moment, coming over the first steeple. So we've got 7 laps of the steeplechase. Jen Lacars, we saw her in the Olympics. You were in the mix there with Jen. Nice girl.
Yeah, she's really nice. I actually know some of her friends that live in Boulder. Went to college with her over in Florida, but they're always asking me if, you know, her boyfriend Ryan Gregson's a good guy. But nah, she's lovely. Yeah, good athlete as well.
Very much loves the uni scene over there. Gator for life. I've seen her sort of tweet out there before, so
Oh yeah, the Gators are. I think they're pretty good. Got a few good cheerleader squads as well. But yeah, definitely the scene over there is pretty big American-wise.
So as you can see on the screen there, the pink singlet on the inside, Kate Spencer, the 18-year-old from New South Wales. In the water jump there, Vic Mitchell came out really well. It's always a tough part of the steeplechase. Can sort of in many ways win or lose the event for you. And Spencer just coming up, and Rosa Flanagan, the Kiwi in behind. Jen Lacars in there as well. So what's going through the mind here as they come up to find themselves with more laps to go than they've started? What would they be thinking?
Yeah, really when you're this far from the finish, you know, you've only just done one lap, you've got to really be able to relax the next few laps, and you don't want to be working too hard. And you can see Vic Mitchell there leading, but she doesn't really want to be doing any work. You know, she looks pretty comfortable, and you just got to really save your, you know, final push for the last couple of laps. You don't want to do too much at the moment. And you know, the ones at the front, they all look pretty relaxed, and yeah, you just got to be biding your time, really, getting the laps done and thinking like as little about the race as you can. Probably, you know, thinking maybe a song in your head or something. But yeah, definitely not focused on, you know, trying to be aggressive at this stage for sure.
So just got Ben Harradine. Look at that. He's a stylish man, Ben. He's already booked a ticket on the flight to Glasgow. Some big ones out there. Australian national record holder. And I can tell you he went over the B qualifying mark there. So he's looking for a big one tonight with a breeze in behind. Back to the action here. Mitchell, Kate Spencer, Rosa Flanagan, and Lacar's just taking it easy at the back there. And joining them is Sarah McSweeney. So we've got the three out in front there. Is Jen just staying out of trouble? I guess it's a small race to stay out of trouble, which is sitting behind, or is it the fact that, you know, it's one of her first races back?
Yeah, I think she's just still getting into form, you know, like she's not in her best shape yet, but I still think that she should be able to run and qualify for Commonwealth Games, and she's still got plenty of time. She's pretty young, but she's definitely been working on a lot over Christmas, and she had a fairly bad injury last year, so she's coming back really well. But I think Vic Mitchell looks really good. You know, I haven't seen her look this fit since Beijing Olympics, when, you know, she ran probably all of her best times about 2008, so that's really good to see.
So here in the 3,000 metre steeplechase for the women at the IAAF Melbourne World Challenge for 2014, you can get in contact with us on the hashtag Tartan Couch. And Dave Robbo, who's on the sideline or the track side tonight, he'll be putting out all the tweets there to allow you to interact with everyone there. So we saw Mitchell, who seems to be getting across that water jump nice and easy. Spencer and Flanagan, and Lacar's in behind. And still in the mix, there is McSweeney, the 24-year-old from New Zealand. So a couple of Kiwis. Might just throw one down to Robbo.
Yeah, Mossy, you mentioned there the hashtag Tartan Couch, and there's been some early interaction there. Michael Redding has sent through a couple of lovely photos from his lounge room. He's got it on the big screen, and well done, Michael. Actually looks like a tartan couch he's got there. And we've got JME Athletics over there in the west. They're watching, and the big good day to everyone in Western Australia and Perth. Watching here from my own tartan couch, and they're finding the stream there. And this one as well from Ben Fuller. He's up in Newcastle, New South Wales. He says, lost my keys behind the tartan couch. Bugger, going to have to stay here and watch MWC 14 live stream with Mossy and Robbo. Woohoo. So there you go, boys. A little bit of interaction happening on the hashtag Tartan Couch. And don't forget, folks, join us on there. Tell us where you're watching from. Take a photo. We'd love to see where you're enjoying the stream from. Back to you guys.
So the car's just slipping in behind there. McSweeney, she's 20 metres behind the leaders there in Mitchell, Spencer and Flanagan. So they come up to the water jump in just 10 metres time. But Vic Mitchell looking nice and relaxed there, Benita.
Yeah, I see that every time Vic gets to that water jump at the top there, she seems to be accelerating into the jump and getting kind of 2 or 3 metres on everyone at that jump, which probably shows that she's feeling pretty good. But the other two girls there are really definitely still right up there. Genevieve looks like she's off the pace. She's probably not in her best form, but she'll improve quickly. I know racing with her will really help. But yeah, it's good to see these three. It's going to be a pretty tight race, I think.
You see there, Kate Sweeney, Spencer rather, just on the outside. And she's one of the up-and-coming steeplechasers, doing quite well there in the pink singlet. And Rosa Flanagan, she looks like she's one of the under-14s who's been given a late start, but she's got a heart like Far Lap, Flanagan. And if she's still amongst the mix, don't be surprised. She's got a very strong finish, so don't be surprised if she pushes on. Looking there at Kate Spencer, she's on the outside. She's stuck on the outside for quite some time. Is there any sort of plan within that, do you think, rather than tuck in behind Mitchell?
Yeah, I mean, when it's not that windy, like it's pretty good conditions today. You don't need to be right behind whoever's leading. And, you know, for a young person, I think Kate's running really well. You know, she's fourth in Sydney last weekend in the 5K. And I don't know her, but she's very young and she's racing some pretty tough people today. So certainly, you know, if she could make the Commonwealth Games team, it'd be a huge stepping stone for her. So it's great for me to see this. I've never seen her race before, and I think she looks like a really talented athlete for sure.
So we've got 2 laps to go. You can see there Vic Mitchell out in front. We'll just go down for a very quick one. Sorry, we'll catch up very soon, but Vic Mitchell coming up to the steeple after going across. So there's 2 laps remaining in this women's 2014 3,000 metre event. And at this stage, Benita, who do you think's the pick of the 3 out in front?
I would definitely probably say Vic, but she just keeps going to the front. She's definitely running the most aggressive out of all the 3. I think Kate's dropping off a little bit, but you know, Vic's really going after times here as well, and she's been making all the moves. And, you know, the other 2 girls, I think they're trying to race her, but they're just dropping back a little bit. You know, you see Vic there getting another 2 metres on that steeple jump, and, you know, I haven't seen her race, you know, this confidently for a while, so it's really good to see, and she's really going after those times as well as, you know, trying obviously to win the race as well.
So you can see there the crowd on the track there here at the Lakeside Stadium, which is looking an absolute treat. So they're not too far away from coming up to the bell lap. It's 8:20 on the clock right now. So the A qualifier is 9:40, a B at 10:02. So Vic Mitchell will be chasing that down. Rosa Flanagan from New Zealand. We'll get and check out their standards in a moment. They're very hard over there, but we come, and there's the bell lap. Mitchell, what's she thinking now?
You know, she's really going to try to win it from here. I think she's probably going, you know, probably going pretty hard, but I think, you know, Flanagan looks good. And, you know, she's never broken 10 minutes before, but Vic's run 9:30. So Vic is the better athlete, you know, paper-wise, and I think she should be more confident. I think it's going to be close, though. Flanagan looks like a real tough little competitor, and, you know, it's hard racing girls like that because she just won't go away. Vic keeps getting a couple of metres on her every jump, but Flanagan keeps coming back. I think it's going to be come down to the final steeple jump and then the last 50, 60 metres. I think it's going to be so close. I'd love to see Vic win this. It's going to be awesome.
So Flanagan, the Kiwi, 9:30 is the A qualifier. And we just saw there Mitchell stumbled, so she's going to have to go out. Looks like Rosa Flanagan out in front. Oh, this is a turn-up, but Vic Mitchell coming home. Rosa Flanagan, the 18-year-old from New Zealand, coming over the final steeple. Vic Mitchell coming from way back. She tripped at the final water jump, but look at this as she storms over the line. Vic Mitchell come back there, unofficial time of 9:56.25, which is a B qualifier. And a PB for Rosa Flanagan as well. But Vic Mitchell, the Olympian, she's hurting right now, but that would have put a whole range of adrenaline pumping her through her system there, Benita.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've fell in races before, and to fall and get back, you know, in the last 200, probably in the last 150, is so tough to do, and it just shows how strong she was. She would have finished even better if she didn't do that. But she's so tough, Vic, and I know her pretty well, and yeah, she's going to get there for sure. She'll get that A qualifier.
You sure she just didn't do that to have a shower before she finished up? I think the comeback was just brilliant there, though. It's the unofficial time, 9:56.25. We'll go trackside with Dave Robbo, who's got the winner of the men's pole vault.
Yes, thanks very much, Mossy. An early shower there for Vic Mitchell. I just wanted to read you a quick little update before I chat about the pole vault. New Zealand's Colossus Tom Walsh threw almost a meet record, 21.16 to take out the men's shot put. Just 0.11 off mentor Scott Martin's shot put meet record, and I'm reading that from Brian Rowe on Twitter. And so I've got here the man who is the reigning Australian pole vault champion, and he's taken out another win, and an 8th B qualifier tonight to win the men's pole vault. Joel Pocklington, welcome, mate.
Thank you very much.
First time on the tartan couch. Great to have you here.
It is. It's good.
How were they jumping tonight, mate? You made the B qualifier, another good height. You've just been ultra consistent. That's your 8th B qualifier. They're obviously coming out all right.
Yeah, it's going really well. Look, at the start of the season, my coach said, Joel, just got to qualify early, qualify often, and I think that's what I'm doing. And so just building a case, and hopefully things work out in the end.
Well, mate, that's great advice to live by, and you're certainly doing that. Tell us, you've got the Nationals in a couple of weeks. You've got another competition next weekend?
Yeah, just got a small, we call rare air competition in Victoria. So that'll be another chance to sort of run through the plan for Nationals and make sure everything's on track before in a fortnight.
Yeah, excellent, mate. And what sort of height do you think you might be able to get up to if you get the right conditions here at Nationals? You've PB'd at 5:30. 5:41. Sorry about that. So you reckon you could give that a nudge and even higher, 5:50, because what's the A qualifier? 5:60. Be great to have a little crack at that.
Be good to have a crack at it. Look, I'm jumping really well at the moment. I'm feeling good. Given the right conditions and everything, if everything works well, I'm definitely a chance to at least jump a PB, I would think. 5:50, 5:60 would be lovely, but, we'll have to see how we go.
Now, for anyone watching at home that hasn't seen it yet, YouTube Joel Pocklington and stunts, and you'll see some amazing footage of what this man can do. Mate, I understand at the moment you're probably playing it a bit sensibly in competition phase.
Yeah, taking it a bit easy this year. Typically, I've been injured all season, so I've sort of battled a bit. So this year, injury-free, I want to stay that way.
Excellent, mate. Well, all the best for the upcoming competition, and Nationals in particular. We'll hopefully catch up with you then, and then onwards to hopefully Glasgow, where you'll be wearing funny hats like this one here. Do you care to put that one on, mate? There you go, Joel Pocklington. He's destined for Glasgow. Thanks for spending time with us on the Tartan Couch, mate.
Nice. Thank you.
Awesome. Back to you guys in the commentary box.
Oh, it looks so natural down there, the two Scotsmen. And can you give us the times there, Lynchy, for that 3,000 metre steeple
Victoria
chase?
Mitchell, after almost diving into the last water jump, she's finished with 9:56.23. And the New Zealander, Rosa Flanagan, a 10-second PB, 9:56.97. That was a Commonwealth B qualifier for Victoria Mitchell. And Kate Spencer, 10:02.85. 4 seconds off her PB, and very close to another B qualifier. Over in the discus at the moment, Kim Mulhole, World Uni Games representative in the discus. She's stepping into the circle on round 4. Great throw from Kim, just getting out over the 50-metre mark. We'll wait for the full result to come up on the board in round 4 of the women's discus. .49.53, very close to the 50-metre mark for Kim Mulhole in round 4 for the women's discus. Up next is Taryn Dolszewski from Queensland. All right, Taryn Dolszewski in the circle, round 4. Another one tickling that 50-metre mark. She's got a PB of 56.50 that she's thrown already this year. She's got herself a B qualifier. She's the 2014 Queensland State Champion. $49.78 for Taryn. Alex Kennedy now, another World University Games representative. She was 8th in the final from Sydney University. Season's best of 55.15. Only 10 centimetres off the B. Oh, that's a much better throw. That's got to be around the 52, 53 metre mark. She's been given the white flag. Not exactly discus conditions today. $52.14. That's Linda Leverton in round 6. The women's triple jump. Last we heard, she was in the lead with a 13.20. Let's see if she's improved on that. But here's Danny Samuels, the queen of discus. A little bit of self-talk before she gets into the circle. See if she can get another one out over the 60 metre mark. Ooh, just short. Plenty of height on that one. Might have held up in the breeze a little bit. The A qualifier is 59.50. The B is 55.25. Meet record 66.10. Very good throw. Daniela Costin from 1994. That is a huge throw. It's a foul for Danny Samuel. She's obviously not happy with how that came out, so she's stepped on the circle. All right, up next in the circle, local Victorian Michael Vasilopoulos. He's got a PB of 53.14. His birthday yesterday, so let's see if he can give himself a discus birthday present. Oh, that's out there. PB of 53.14. Let's see what he's giving. He was happy with that. Put a bit of oomph into it. $53.62 PB for the birthday boy, Michael Vasilopoulos.
Not a bad way to spend your Saturday night. Nice cheeky PB.
Day after your birthday. There you go.
Well, he's a bit older now. He probably had to step up to the challenge. You're with Mossy, Robbo, Lynchy, and Wormy. A lot of easy.
Just more names every week.
Yeah, we're going to take you through the IAAF Melbourne World Challenge. You can get in contact with us via the hashtag Tartan Couch if you are on Twitter, and hashtag any photos on Instagram with hashtag
Tartan Couch once again. So get involved. We'll read them out, the best tweets of the night. Might throw it down there to Robbo.
Yes, thanks very much, Mossy. And we've had some more interest on the hashtag Tartan Couch. This one's from Stephanie George. She says, multitasking with the Melbourne Track Classic and homework. Hashtag wish I was there. Hashtag Year 12 life. And she's got a lovely photo in the bedroom of the live stream, so that's keeping her interested. Another one here from Jeff Evans, and he said, any chance of weeing some triple jump? Hashtag Tartan Couch. So, sorry, Jeff, we won't be weeing in the triple jump pit. And then he says, oops, sorry, any chance of seeing some? It's all done, and I've got Ollie Worm down here to tell me a little bit about it. How did the women's triple jump end up, mate?
Yeah, it was a great contest. Linda Levitt, she's been in good form all season. She popped out a 13.36 in the final round, so... another solid result for her. You know, her PB is up around the 1380s, so she'll be satisfied with that result, but looking for a bit more. Ellen Petite was second. She's based here in Melbourne now, former high jumper. So, yeah, good another win for Linda Leviton, part of the Gary Bourne jump squad up in Queensland. And, of course, we're going to see her training partner soon, Henry Frayne, take to the runway. The Frayne train, one of my good mates up there in Queensland now. So watch out for Henry Frayne. An update for the discus as well, men's and women's. In the lead still is Danny Samuels with a throw of 62.08. Second place is Alex Kennedy with a throw of 51.82. And in third place, Taryn Golszewski, I hope I pronounced that correctly, 51.36. The men's discus, we just heard someone then, Big L, that's not Benny Harradine, but Ben Harradine is still in the lead in the men's discus with a throw of 60.96. So conditions are, from what I understand, all right here for the discus. Not ideal, but Ben Harradine's in the lead. And our youngster, Matt Denny, in second place, 55 metres, 17 centimetres. And in third place, Shane Loveridge, 53.66. So some exciting times out there on the field. We do have the women's javelin to come, which I talked about earlier. Should be a cracking contest, the 3Ks. And, of course, the men's long jump, Frayne, Lapierre, and a third one will be Robbie Crowther. So exciting times ahead. And we do have some track events coming up with the 1-ton hurdles, which will be my probably favourite track event of the night. But so far, so good here. And I'll cross with you shortly if any other further updates in the field events.
Yes, thanks very much, Wormy. You mentioned the conditions there. It's certainly swirly down here, and we've got some great tweets coming through from Chris Wainwright on @RT Stats Central, and he is a great man for the updates on Twitter, so follow him. But he says, tricky little wins for the jumps this afternoon. If right, we could see some big jumps. At Henry Frayne, he's tagged in there. And, yeah, so, for instance, we went from a plus 2.0 to a minus 0.8 in the women's triple jump, and you said hashtag tough conditions. So you're just not sure what you're going to quite get here, but if you get the conditions right, as hopefully some of these guys like Ben Harradine and Matt Denny in the discus are doing, we might see some big throws and some big jumps.
162 there for Ben Harradine, so he's improved. He's 61.62 for Ben Harradine, so he maintained his lead. He's thrown bigger than his last throw, which was 62.06, so he's throwing well out there, Ben Harradine. Hopefully more to come as the day progresses.
And just a quick one for anyone watching, we've got the full 6 rounds in the men's and women's discus, Wormy.
Yep. Yeah, 6 rounds. So I believe they're in around about the 5th round now. So still one more round to come in our discus, and hopefully we can see Ben Harradine get out of 65 metres. I know that's what he opened up with at the Queensland State Championships. So Ben Harradine is in good form early on.
So there you go, guys. Great updates, as always, from the Field Marshal, Wormy. And we'll send it back up to you guys to continue to call the action.
So our next track event, which will be coming up at 5:18 p.m, will be the 100-metre hurdles for the women's, which will be one of the highlights of the night. Don't forget the 100 metres women's at 5:37, and before that we'll have the 110 metres hurdles for the men just before the stroke of 5:30. So some real action early there, Lynchy, with the hurdles.
That's right, just to get the crowd a taste of what's to come. They've got the first hurdles out. You got Sally, and then you got David Oliver up in the circle now. Christy Chamberlain from Westfields. She's got herself a B qualifier, 56.79 this year. There's another one just out over the 50-metre mark. Might move her up into second place.
You can see here Kim Mulhall just jumping into the circle there. And of course, if you are watching online, you can hashtag Tartan Couch.
There's another hashtag to follow, MWC14. There they are. There's the two Twitters to get amongst. Use those hashtags if you want to have a chat. You may see your name read up by Robbo down on the sidelines.
Now, you can see out there, there's the yellow qualifying mark. That's the men's qualifying. And that yellow mark for the men is at 57.90 and 64 metres for the A qualifier for the men. So with the girls, Lynchy will be able to give us a rundown there, but we won't see the tape for them in this competition because it's a mixed competition.
That's right. If you want to know the women's qualifiers, 59.50 for the A and 55.25 for the B. All right, Lakeside Stadium. It's now the new home of athletics in Melbourne. We've got ourselves a nice new blue track. There's Talon Golszewski with another big throw, 52.20. Crowd is starting to fill in. The main program does start at 5:18 with the hurdles. It looks like we could see a very big crowd. Lots of athletics fans in Melbourne. Alex Kennedy getting to the circle again for round 5. She may have just been passed by Taryn into the second place, so she needs to improve on her 4th round throw.
Of course, you can catch all the news at athletics.com.au. All the wraps, the live streams, everything that you want to know about athletics, and that one falls short of the A qualifier. For the women's upcoming meet, we have the Australian Athletics Championships, which is also a Commonwealth Games selection trial here at Lakeside Stadium, Albert Park, 3rd to the 6th of April. So make sure you stick around for that. We'll be live streaming the Saturday of competition for that, so plenty of opportunity to get down here to Lakeside Stadium yourself to get amongst it. Or even if you turn up, just bring your iPad with you. Your laptop, sit it there, can give you a bit of a warm-up as well. And you can catch all the live stream action, which is good because you get to see a lot more up close, like Danny Samuels coming in to launch out that discus right now.
So we see Danny Samuels ready for her round 5 throw. She spins. She throws it out there. It's hanging, it's hanging, it's hanging.
That's big.
That is big, and it's got some applause. Just waiting for the exact distance. Danny Samuels in her round 5 throw. 63.89. So there you go. Not quite up to the 65.18 that helped her win the Sydney Track Classic last week, but she's certainly getting it out there. Wormy, you expect to see maybe something even bigger in that last throw if the conditions are suitable?
Oh, yeah, I think the last round, I mean, she looks like she's got the win at this stage, but she's got a nice 63.89 out there. So last throw, let's hope she gives it a crack. We'd love to see her go over 65 metres, but the wind is playing havoc here. You don't know if it's going to go with the discus or you're throwing also into it. So it's an interesting night here, and hopefully for our sprinters coming up, we pray that they get good conditions. You know, obviously got the sprint hurdlers. We've got Pearson versus Breen. We've got, you know, Tim Leithart. We've got some great events coming up. So we want to see those wins consistent and working out for our sprinters. But yeah, 1 round to come in the women's discus.
Thanks, Wormy. And folks, we're going to just duck off to a quick ad. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the IAAF Melbourne World Challenge, and we'll see you shortly.
Yeah, this is the IAAF Melbourne World Challenge from Lakeside Stadium in Albert Park. And we've just seen some of the discus boys and girls launch them out there in hope of an A qualifier. And just to keep you up to speed with some earlier results in the men 400 metres ambulant, it was Simon Patmore with a 50.89, Alberto Campbell 51.43 from Nicholas Hum with a 53.01. We'll have to wait for the classifications to kick in there. And we saw a thrilling finish to the women's 3,000 metres with Vic Mitchell with 9.56.23. That was a Commonwealth B qualifier. And Rosa Flanagan from New Zealand, 9.56.97, going sub-10 for her, which was great. But Vic Mitchell tripped over and dived into the water jump and almost made sure she got a second. There's Matt Denny from Queensland ripping one out there. Falling short, though. It's not far off his PB. He's a very confident young man, and he is definitely one of the futures of the field here at Australia. Former world youth champion from Queensland. Townsville, which has got one of the great stadiums up there, or great tracks.
I think that's a PB for Matt Denny, 56.84. We've got an old PB, 55.85, so he's almost chucked a whole metre, and he is stoked.
Great to see a chucker in form, having a chat to his coach there.
He's very happy with it.
Look at him.
Hopefully she caught it on her iPad. We can watch
now,
it later.
Here we go. The 8th best looking man.
Getting the crowd behind him, getting the clap going.
The
from
kid
all the
from the
discus
Hunter.
fans.
Very proud Indigenous man is Ben Harradine. The greatest we've ever seen here in Australia. Launching it out there. Didn't like the look of it, Ben.
And that's a foul there from Ben Harradine in the 5th round. He's got 1 round to go to better his best throw of tonight, which is 60 metres and 96 centimetres. So Ben Harradine's second competition of the season after winning the Queensland State Championships. And hopefully we can see Ben really push on this season to be real competitive and defend his championship, defend his gold medal at the Commonwealth Games as he did in Delhi.
And that's Ollie Worm, aka Wormy, there on the track side, who'll be giving us updates in the field throughout this IAAF World Challenge event. We're just seeing him on the tail down there, some of the school kids in the relays. And coming up next on the agenda here at Melbourne will be the 100-metre hurdles. That's in about 10 minutes' time. So the crowd is building up for that. The flights of hurdles are now being put out on the track, and the crowd is starting to get on the edge of the seats because they are going to see the fastest woman, not just in Australia, but you'd have to say consistently the fastest in the world, Sally Pearson, who's pretty much won gold at World Championships the whole way through. She got a silver last year, but reigning gold medalist in the 100-metre hurdles.
Yeah, that's right. She's effectively won every gold medals that's on offer in the hurdles. She's recently taken the silver in Sopo in the World Indoors after clipping the last hurdle. So the crowd's trying to find the best seat in the house where they can watch Sally. Maybe she can go faster than Perth, where she ran 12.59. Let's see what she can do out here today. Hopefully the wind is blowing in the right direction. We might be able to see some very fast sprinting. There's Christy Chamberlain in the circle. Just over the 50-metre mark. Given the white flag, see if she can improve on her earlier throws.
Robbo down there trackside. Did you see a 50.94 for Chamberlain? Tell us about the conditions down there as it starts to build up the vibe up here in the stands at the Lakeside Stadium at Albert Park. But what are the conditions like down there?
Well, Mossy, you know, it's always an exciting part of the night when the officials come out with all their hurdles, and that's what we're seeing right now. Just loads of officials setting up lane after lane of hurdles. And look, conditions, mate, as we've been sort of saying and commenting on Twitter as well, it is just unreliable, swirly wind down here. And if it just dips away or if it gets behind you in some of these short sprints, we might see some pretty special performances and some great times. So it really is just luck of the draw at the moment. You know, swirly wind, but I'll tell you what, we're getting some. It's pretty glary. I'm sitting next to Ollie Worm. We could do with a pair of sunnies probably, but it's sun's out. There's no sign of rain. There's a bit of cloud around for sure, but it's probably a pretty beautiful Melbourne afternoon, I'd have to say, and great afternoon for sport in what is, you know, regarded as the sporting capital of Australia. So that's basically where we're up to down here, just finishing off the final stages of the discus throw, and we won't be too far away from the hurdle action hotting right up.
Thanks very much, boys, there, as we see Golszewski about to give her all there with the orange discus. And definitely a buzz, the excitement up here in the stands. That's a nice throw. She looks inquisitive out there to see the distance as we get towards the closing stages of the women's discus here at the IAAF Melbourne World Challenge.
There we go. Look at those hurdles. They're getting set up. And the crowd, there's a rumble in the crowd. They're all hanging around the tunnel, hoping to catch a sneak peek of the 2012 Olympic gold medalist Sally Pearson. It's going to be a great battle between Sally, Shannon McCann, the second fastest Australian at the moment, and Michelle Jenica, the dancing hurdler. Hopefully she can sneak in for a B qualifier as well. She's been very, very close. McCann's got a season and PB of 13:10. Maybe she can sneak below the 13-second barrier for the first time. I reckon Sally is going to show some great speed and hopefully pull the other girls through.
And down here at ground level, boys, we see a pretty decent crowd brewing up at the moment. The stand, just where you guys are, there's not a lot of free spots there, and it's filling up on the other side of the ground here as well. Ollie, you're from Melbourne, mate. Do you know how many we might expect to see here as the night rolls on?
It does depend. I mean, anywhere between over 5,000 would be great to see here. It's a great stadium here. Obviously, a lot of history at Olympic Park, which is where I began my junior career. But yeah, this stadium here, great setup.
We're just going to send it back up to you guys. You can call Danny's final throw, and then we'll be moving to the women's 100-metre hurdles. Over to you, Mossy and Lynchy.
All right, Danny's last throw. Let's see if she can get one out there. She might be able to use the roar of the crowd as the 100 hurdlers are introduced down the tunnel. Whoa, unfortunately outside the sector for Danny. She's done enough to take it out, but the hurdlers are getting introduced.
Hang on, I'll bring you in.
All right, we're going to cut down to Robbo as the crowd goes wild for Sally Pearson. Robbo, what have you got for us?
Yeah, mate, just some late breaking mail, and I just Ollie Worms just picked this up, mate. What's the go? Men's 110-metre hurdles. You got an update?
Yeah, some bad news for one of the brightest prospects. Sam Baines is going to be withdrawing from the 110 hurdles tonight, so we're looking forward to a great showdown between him and Hoff, and of course David Oliver. We aren't going to see that tonight, so unfortunately for Sam, he's out. Let's hope it's something minor because he is absolutely flying at the moment. He had a great start session on Thursday. Obviously something just wasn't quite right after that. He's warmed up tonight, not quite ready, so we wish him all the best, and hopefully we see Nick Hoff have a good one against David Oliver. As Sally Pearson comes out now onto the track, and it's going to be an absolute cracker.
Absolutely. Ollie Worm with all the news, with the finger on the pulse down there trackside.
He's excited, Mossy Wormy. He's putting in some good running as well, getting around to all the field events, so we're keeping him fit. But yeah, really looking forward to this 100-metre hurdles race for women, and Sally Pearson, all the class in the world. She'll be out there head of the field. But Brianna Bean, Shannon McCann from the West, and McCann, we saw her at the airport as she touched down yesterday, and she's got the brightest hair of any of the athletes here this afternoon. And obviously Michelle Jenica, we're looking forward to seeing all these girls in action, and I'll hand it back up to you guys to prepare for the women's 100-metre hurdles coming up very shortly.
Absolutely, boys. And I can tell you in the stands here, there is excitement plus for this showdown between the top 3 hurdlers in the country. Shannon McCann, as you'll see, Sally there just belt one out. Hit a few flights. It's Shannon McCann. Here she goes over the first one, the crucial first hurdle to get over. So she'll be looking to run a B qualifier tonight. She ran an she's done 13.15, and she's only got to go 0.05 quicker to get the A qualifier. So she'll be looking for it. Saw her at the airport. She said she was quite relaxed about things.
All right, Michelle Jenica also looking for a B. She's done 13.34 when she came third in Perth. The B qualifier, 13.33. So she's very, very close. We've got the first 4 from Perth. It went Sally, Shannon McCann, Michelle Jenica, and Brianna Bean. So look out for lanes 4, 5, 6, and 7. They're going to be the ones to watch. Sally Pearson's going to be back later on for the 100 for a battle against Mel Breen. So watch for Sally and Michelle Jenica to get out very quick at the start, and McCann to come home late. Always strong over the last few hurdles.
Sorry, boys, I've got to apologise. This fella has the loudest hair on the track. Clyde, the mascot, we're going to be hearing from him in a little while, but yeah, Clyde and then Shannon McCann. He's the official mascot for the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, happening later this year in Scotland. But let's hear all the action from the women's 100-metre hurdles. Back to Mossy and Lynchy in the stands, and the excitement is absolutely building.
As you can see there, Michelle Jenica doing her special little dance. Out in front there, getting psyched up, Sally Pearson. Tell us about the mind games going on here through body language and also through stares, possibly, Lynchy.
Yeah, you'll see a bit of gamesmanship when they call on your marks. You might see a couple get into the blocks a little bit later, make everyone wait for you, put the pressure on everyone else, and you'll see some walk around. Here they are coming down. Remember to look for lanes.
Okay, from the inside, Gill, we've got Morrison in lane 3, McCann 4, Pearson 5, Jenica, Bean, Taddeo, and Trad. So look out for Sally Pearson for lane 5, Shannon McCann in lane 4, and Michelle Jenica in lane 6. Pearson got away well. Jenica not too bad as well. McCann's a little bit slower, but Pearson out in front. She'll do it easy from here. Sally Pearson. You can see her just streaking away from the field. Who's going to come in second? Pearson gets the run off, and McCann gets the dip over Jenica. Let's look for the official time. We've got an unofficial 12.83. But gee, she got out there as she does. Started well, nice and strong. So it's Sally Pearson from Shannon McCann and Michelle Jenica making out the top 3.
Just Sally Pearson, she's all class. Once the gun goes, she's in the front and she pulls away strong at the end. Jenica had another great start as we see the replay. McCann very, very strong over the last hurdles. But as it just gets to the middle of the race, Sally just shows her form and pulls away. Jenica still holding McCann off, but McCann over the last 2 flights just dipping her out. Still waiting on the rest of the results. Very close between Shannon McCann and Michelle Jenica.
And what great vision we have coming through there. All girls getting over clear. The determination on the face on the girls there. Shannon McCann with a Larry hair. And Jenica. I wonder what they were saying to each other there, but Pearson just focused, determined as always, and claims yet another 100 metres victory here. And this time at the IAAF Melbourne World Championship. Melbourne World Challenge. Down on the sideline there with Dave Robbo Robertson.
Mossy, we're just waiting to hear the time. We've got Shannon McCann with us right here. Do we know the time yet?
No, and I'm like freaking out. Do you know what the wind reading was?
I haven't seen the wind reading. Mine is 0.2. So we're just bringing you around. Great hair, by the way.
Thanks, yeah. Hopefully it made me run faster.
I think it has. It's between you and Clyde today for the brightest hair. Clyde's just behind you here.
I think Clyde might win.
Yeah. No, but great run. You've got to be pretty happy with that. How did it feel?
It was probably my best run of the tour meets. It was far from perfect. Start's still a bit shaky, but I think I went away a bit better than normal. Had a couple of hurdles where I over-rotated a bit, I think, but it just goes so fast, it's hard to really say.
And you've been building really nicely across the tour. We saw you kick off your season in the Hunter Track Classic, and you've been, just going better and better with each start. Here we see 13:24, Shannon McCann.
We got it,
Michelle Jenica, as we see them embrace.
Michelle getting a B qualifier.
Well done. Michelle, well done. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks so much. Really happy with that. Another PB, so very happy. Finally got that B qualifier.
Well done. You've been peppering it. You're so close.
I know, I've been quite close to a few races. Perth 0.01 was so frustrating, but to get that, absolutely amazing. And it actually didn't feel like a great run, so really happy with that.
Well done. We'll let you go and rest up, and we'll see you again at Nationals in a couple of weeks.
Thanks so much.
Awesome. So there you go.
Yeah, 0.2.
So there you go. Happy with that?
Yeah, it's another B. Like, I'm not going to sit there and say that that's bad.
Yeah,
but
you want the A.
Yeah, definitely want the A.
Look, in tough conditions, and hurdles aren't always a straightforward race, as we all know. But you guys out there with Sally, you're making it happen in the world of hurdles for women in Australia. Well done.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, go and rest up. We'll see you again at Nationals. Well done, Shannon. We'll see what colour hair she has at that one. Yep, and sorry, I'll just stick down here. We've got Wormy. I'm so excited now. I've stood up from the tartan couch. That's the level of excitement we've just brewed there with Sally Pearson. And it's always something special and electric when Sally comes on the track. Mate, give us a little update. What have you had in the discus in the final stages?
Well, Ben Harradine took the win, as you might have seen, 63.59. So great throwing from him. He managed to get a big one out final round. Denny, our youngster, 56.84. So another positive throw for him. And the other bloke, Loveridge, 53.66, was in third place. So a great throw from him as well. In the women's, Danny took the win, 63.89. So another solid performance from her. Golszewski, second, 52.20. And in third place, another youngster, Alex Kennedy, 52.14. So some great results there. We've got the long jump coming up, men's long jump, women's javelin, and the women's high jump. So some exciting battles coming up, and the men's 1-ton hurdles is just coming up now. David Oliver's about to walk on the track, the big man.
Here he is, and I'll let Mossy introduce David Oliver.
Yes, there he is, David Oliver, and he's a showman. Look at that, giving out the high fives. That's 1, 5, 6, 7, 25 high fives. He's really enjoying his time here in Australia. He's a sub-13 man, the fastest man in the field, possibly the fastest ever hurdler that's ever run over here in Australia, and it's great speaking to him during the week. He is just a great ambassador for the sport. He also said, Lynchy, that he's more than happy to become naturalised to go to the Commonwealth Games if we'll have him.
Oh, I think we'll have him. We'll talk to the powers that be in AA, and I think they might be able to sign it off. We've got the very fast meet record by Colin Jackson, the former world record holder, 13.24. He loved Australia. Let's see if David Oliver can give that one a bit of a nudge. Seems like pretty still conditions out there. The girls had a 0.2 headwind. Some of these hurdling lads don't mind a bit of a headwind. It helps them get their strides in between the hurdles. As we see John Burstow and Nicholas Huff, Joel Brown and David Oliver in the centre of the track.
So as we mentioned there earlier, that Sam Baines won't be competing. Do we have who's going to replace him?
I think they're just going to move the field in. They won't bring a replacement in so fast. But it means third place is now up for grabs. Or second fastest Australian.
You can see there David Oliver just jumping under a few and Brett Watton in behind. Just getting a few in, getting out onto the field as well. Oh, he's a showman. Look at that. He is a showman. David Oliver. He's the current world champion. He was 4th in 2011 and he got a bronze in the 2008 Olympic Games. Robbo, you're on trackside.
Yes, thanks, mate. I'm here with Big Matt Denny. And, mate, just wanted to say well done. 56-16. 56-16 for Matt Denny. How was it out there tonight, mate?
I was all right. You know, felt a bit flat. Been training hard through this week, so hopefully I peak for Nationals in a couple of weeks. But, like, terrible crosswind, so no one was really going to throw a PB today.
Mate, perfectly normal to feel a bit flat after what you did at the Nationals last week in Sydney, winning the gold in 3 events, the discus, the hammer and the shot put, and things are really looking up for you there, but obviously you'd like to get that discus in the senior ranks out a little bit further.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm just looking for a PB. I've been throwing PBs in training, so hopefully it transfers in the comp. So.
Awesome, mate. Well, thanks again for spending time with us on the Tartan Couch. I believe it's your debut. I'm going to throw it back up to Mossy and Lynchy to call this men's 110-metre hurdles. Look for Dave Oliver, world champion.
Yeah, it was Johnny Burstow was on camera there, 28 years of age from Queensland with a PB of 14.03. So he's, I was going to say he's one of the veterans of the field at 28, but Joel Brown from the United States in 34 years of age, we'd have to say he's up there.
Yeah, well, he got 6th at the 2005 World Champ, so he's been around the world and been over a few hurdles in his time. Training partner of David Oliver. Also has a pretty handy 200-metre PB, so we might see him a bit later on at the end, running over the hurdles and then the 200 metres.
So in the last event, David Oliver took it out in Sydney with a 13.38. While Huff came in second with 13.65. Unfortunately, Sam Baines, who came third in that event, is not here, but the next best was John Burstow with a 14.13. So it's going to be, you would have to say, probably the two to watch will be David Oliver, Nicholas Huff. Who do you think will be battling it out for that third place, Lynchy?
Well, it might be Joel Brown's first race over the hurdles. He could push Huff along. He's a 13 low runner, so he might be able to sneak in, and hopefully we can get Nick. He's the 4th fastest hurdler now in Australian history after Sydney. So let's see if he can sneak down a little bit further down the rankings.
So 110 metres, 10 flights to get over. They've got to get up nice and tall, nice and quick. Hit that first flight nice and easy. Getting over. Then get over those 10 and into the runoff, and from there, well, we'll see Huff. He'll storm home into it, but David Oliver, you'd have to say, was looking nice and relaxed. It's easy. So it looks like Brett Watton will come from the inside. Ben Congbot, Jack Conway, David Oliver, Nicholas Brown, Joel Brown, Nicholas Huff rather, and John Burstow on the outside lanes. So clear favourite in the light blue. It's the current reigning world champion, David Oliver. Oliver was the last to get up into the set, and he's missed the start here. Huff nice and quickly over the top, but Oliver showing his class. He's 3 metres out in front. Can Huff come home? David Oliver, he's going to win this one by 5 or 6. Can Huff push hard for a good time? And looks like on the outside, it could well have been John Burstow with a third place. Unofficial time, 13.58. Do we have a wind reading down there, Robbo? We'll come back to Robbo.
It's it's all square on the wind. As far as I can see, 0.0.
Still conditions. Officially 13.57. David Oliver, there's the replay. Left behind in the blocks. Not sure what was going on there. Had to move quick, but got to the lead by the third hurdle and just pulled away. Showed his class. Nicholas Huff working very hard. Burstow on the outside, moving very well as well. But look at that technique. He's the big man of world athletics. There it is from front on. Very still. Look at him working very hard over those hurdles. Nice and clean as well. There he is, working very hard to the line.
Well, it's a clean sweep of events so far for David Oliver. We know that very shortly we'll be speaking to the big man of Australian track and field, Ben Harradine. We've got Danny Samuels down there as well, so we'll grab a hold of them very shortly. As you see there, David Oliver, plenty of ink on the back, signing some autographs. Well, that'll start a trend, I can guarantee you. If you'd like to get in contact with us here on the live stream, hashtag Tartan Couch, either on Twitter or via Instagram. And the official hashtag is hashtag MWC14. But if you'd like to get in contact with us, in particular, it's hashtag Tartan Couch. And it looks down trackside with the big man from the Hunter Valley. Dave Robbo, you've got Ben Harradine with you.
So, yeah, thanks very much, Mossy. I'm joined down here trackside by Danny and Benny, and these guys have taken out the discus throw tonight. Hotly contested, only 30 metres between you, and 30 centimetres, sorry, 30 centimetres, and that's a safe distance. So, Benny, 63.59, and Danny, 63.89. Danny, not quite your 65 from last week, but you're hitting that 64 or thereabouts that you were hoping to get with each of your meets.
Yeah, that was the goal for the season, and 63.89 is pretty much there. Took a while to get going, I think, this time round, but I'm happy with the end result.
Excellent. And Benny, how are you happy with the result there tonight, mate?
Yeah, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't fantastic either. I think I spent last week throwing too many things around, like baked beans and Homersfield socks and stuff. But this week was wasn't fantastic, but it wasn't bad either.
Well, we look forward to seeing you both in action at the Nationals in a couple of weeks, back down here. And if you haven't seen Ben Harradine on Instagram, he's throwing all sorts of things. Hashtag will it throw, baked beans, hummus in a sock. There's nothing he won't throw. You suggest it to him. I reckon you should throw a Sharon. We're in AFL country down here. Let's see that. But there.
Can I throw Danny? What do you reckon?
Well, Danny Samuels. Let's see if you'll throw Danny Samuels. All right. Thanks very much for spending time on the standing Tartan Couch, guys. All the best. And we'll see you again in Melbourne in a couple of weeks.
Yep, sure.
Thanks very much.
Back to you guys up in the commentary box.
That's right, Robbo, up here in the commentary box. It's very open up here with the athletes. I can tell you we've got some of the elite athletes of Australia. Zoe Buckman in behind us. I saw Mel Breen not too far away. And a young kid by the name of LaShawn Merritt is here as well. I can't say he's freshly shaven, but he's looking forward to a big run tonight. One of the big men of athletics there, David Oliver, paying his respects to the crowd that's come out tonight to watch him. Nice and early. If you have just missed it, Sally Pearson won the women's 100-metre hurdles, and she was ahead of Shannon McCann and Michelle Jenica in the top three, which has been pretty much the way we would expect it to be and has been over the season so far.
All right, we're still waiting for the official results. So the official time for Nicholas Huff in second, but on the track, the fast men in the 100, setting up their blocks, having a couple of run-throughs. That's going to be starting very, very shortly. Tim Leithart taking out Sydney in a 10.29. Let's see what he can do today. Thomas Gamble out here as well, ran a PB in Sydney, 10.42. After seeing those hurdles races, it looks like it's going to be a very quick 100 metres. Last year we had 3 runners under 10.30. Let's see if we can do it again.
forget to hashtag Tartan Couch with Mossy and Lynchy up here, calling all the action. Trackside we have Robbo and Wormy, giving you all the field events as well. You can see some of the boys limbering up in the yellow there. No second guess where he's from. That's Mario Forsyth from Jamaica.
The only sub-10 runner in the field with a PB of 9.95.
So to tell you how they're going to go in lane 2, Aaron Breslin, the WA teenager, with a PB of 10.48. Joel B from Victoria, 10.44 personal best. Mario Forsyth, from Jamaica, 28 years of age. As we said there, he's the only sub-10 in the field, was a semi-finalist at the 2011 World Championships. Tom Gamble will sit outside of Tim Leithart, who is in electrifying form after just 6 weeks, coming off a 6-week training period. He ran a 10.29 last week. Looked for him to push further up, maybe even an A qualifier tonight. Tom Gamble, the Queenslander, with a 22 years of age, 10.42 last up for a third placing in Sydney. Jake Hammond, Alex Hartman, and Kim Jun-sung.
So I'm down here on the track, and I'm joined by another special guest. It's David Oliver. A little bit cooler down here tonight. There's no shirts off action.
Yeah, it's a little cold today for me. The wind was blowing, kind of cool weather, especially after our last training day we had was so hot and nice. And but it doesn't matter the conditions. You go out there, you perform. I had a rough start. I wasn't sure, if that was really the gun. I had never, heard a gun like that before, but was able to keep my composure, hurdle very well, and have some things I can build on going forward.
Excellent, mate. Well, we're going to send you on your way, and thank you so much for coming down to Australia. It's been an absolute cracker to have you here. Look at the stands, and they're filled through the likes of yourself coming down to race. One little presentation I want to make. We want to present you with your very own headband here, and this will guarantee you all the success in your next start.
Yep.
So wear it proudly.
I definitely
and
will,
it's performance enhancing. No one's picked it up on it yet. And all the best.
All right, cool. Thanks, man.
David Oliver, back to you guys in the stands.
On the inside, Breslin, B, Forsyth, Leithart, Gamble, Hammond, Hartman, and Jung. Here they go. Forsyth in the yellow. And look for Tim Leithart in the orange. Tom Gamble, the big man, from Queensland in lane 6. They're in the set position. Forsyth out hard, but look at Tim Leithart. Tom Gamble gets the start away as well. He's pushing hard. Can Leithart get a hold? Looks like Tom Gamble's going to get this one. Leithart second, and on the inside there it was Joel B for the third. But Tom Gamble with an unofficial 10.42. That's exactly what he ran last week for a PB. What a race there, Lynchy.
He's taken the win in a 0.3 headwind. Turn the conditions around, but that's a lot of scalps to have under your belt. Tim Leithart, Joel B, Mario Forsyth. He's beaten a sub-10 brother, and he's got the zinc on. That's how he won Adelaide Track Classic. Let's have a look at the replay. Good start from Thomas Gamble. Yellow spikes, yellow singlet, in front early and just pulled away. Joel B in the blue on the inside did well, but Thomas Gamble's just too strong in the later stages. Great running from the tall Queenslander. 10.41, that is a PB.
A .01 personal best there for our winner at the IAAF Melbourne World Challenge in the men's 100 metres, Tom Gamble. Looking strong, looking fit, heading towards the Nationals next week, in 2 weeks' time rather. Trackside with Robbo.
Yeah, so a negative 0.3 headwind, and Tom Gamble, we'll hopefully get a catch-up with him in a sec as we see Tim Leithart, Mario Forsyth, just making their way back down the tunnel. But how's that? 2 PBs in 2 weeks. Not bad for the Queenslander. He's got the zinc cream on. I'm not sure if he thought it was going to be a little bit brighter and a bit hotter than it actually was here in Melbourne. But, yeah, impressive run there, guys. And Yeah, taking some big scalps, as Lynchy said.
Yeah, that's the lucky zinc from Thomas Gamble. He wore it at the World University Games. He wore it when he won the Adelaide Track Classic. Didn't have it in Sydney last week, but I don't think he's lost in Australia with the zinc on. Taking some very big name scalps there. And very happy to get a PB. Nationals is going to be at this track in 2 weeks. So it'd be nice stepping onto the track at Nationals, knowing that this is where you have run your personal best. Still waiting for the official results. We're on the long jump at the moment. And up next is the women's 200 metres very, very soon.
So the next 3 events, as we said there, the women's 200 metres, the men's 15, and then we've got the 400 metres hurdles for both men and women. This is the live stream of the IAAF Melbourne World Challenge with Mossy and Lynchy up here. Down trackside is Robbo, and all in the field is Ollie Worm. And we'll just go down to Robbo with the winner of the men's 100 metres, Tommy Gamble.
Thank you very much. I'm joined by Tommy Gamble. Got the zinc cream on the nose, and he's got a great win there. Mate, you've got to be happy with that. 2 PBs in 2 weeks.
That's right. Both not really in the best conditions either, so hopefully, I mean, Nationals down here, isn't it? So it's probably going to be much the same weather, but there's some big names in that race, and I just knew if I got a good start and got out with them, I think that was my weakness in Sydney, anything could happen, and obviously tonight, I got the win. Mario Forsyth, he's a 9.9 runner, so that's Scalp City, so very happy with that.
Well done, mate, yeah, and all looking good ahead of Nationals in a couple of weeks' time. Will you have another race next weekend?
No, not next weekend. We got the Brisbane Track Classic, so I'll come out and watch and everything, but hopefully the Queensland boys can get up in the relay. But, having the week off next week and gear up for Nationals.
Excellent, mate. Well done again. Great race, 10:41, new PB, into a headwind. So well done, mate. As you said, tough conditions. And we've got an update from Ollie Worm, so we're going to pass it over to Ollie now. Thanks, Tommy.
Thanks, mate.
Well done. Cheers. Tommy, Ollie Worm, what do you got?
Well, Henry Frayne, round 1 of the long jump, first competition in a long time. 8 metres and 6 centimetres. 8.06 for Henry Frayne. First comp in a long time. Great conditions there. That's promising signs for one of our great long jumpers. So interesting to see how it all unfolds the rest of the evening there, but great signs there from Henry Frayne, who has a big one on the board already.
And we've got the women's 200 coming up shortly, but we're going to keep a close eye on the men's long jump, obviously, Fabrice Lapierre coming up as well. But it's all aboard the Frayne train down here, trackside. And we're going to watch this men's long jump competition in earnest. We had Dave Colbert lurking around the live stream earlier this afternoon. He'll obviously be watching it closely too. Former Olympian. You're not a former Olympian, you're an Olympian or you're not. But Dave Colbert, one of Australia's best ever long jumpers. So let's watch that one closely. Back up to Lynchy and Mossy to call the shots.
8 metres 06. What a jump. I heard earlier he only wanted to get a few out. He wasn't sure what form he was in, but an 8 metre plus jump, that's very good form.
See here the starters for the women's 200 metres. Natasha Hastings stepping down from the 400. She'll also be running the women's 100 metres later in the meet. We've
Sorry, Mossy, just a foul first up there for Fabrice Lapierre in the men's long jump.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Robbo. Ella Nelson, who stormed home to almost pip a flailing Sally Pearson last week in Sydney as well. She'll be out of lane 4, so that'll be good to see how she sorts out. If we come home here, she'll be looking for the W.
Look out for Laura Turner in lane 2. She did a huge PB. Came third with a 23.79. Monica Brennan in lane 1 is the national champion. Annalise Ruby, who was second to Natasha Hastings in the 400 last week. They're both stepping down to the 2. Emily Lawson is your under-20 national champion with a World Junior qualifier last week at the Junior Champ. So it's got some great young 200-metre women runners.
Absolutely. Just 17 years of age. Emily Lawson there should be on the outside with Toya Whistle inside her. And Toya Whistle won this last year in a 23.09. She also took out the 100, the Queen of the Pacific, Toya Whistle. She's definitely starting to find a form leading into the Nationals. And obviously the Commonwealth Games later this year, she'll feature quite heavily. Here, being introduced to the crowd right now. In lane 1, Monica Brennan, 20 years of age from Victoria. Personal best of 23.41. Lane 2, Laura Turner, 22 years of age from New South Wales. Ash Whittaker, Victoria, from 20 years of age. She's 23.56 girl. Ella Nelson, as we've just been talking about, should be one of the favourites for this one in lane 4. Natasha Hastings. She's one of the glamour girls coming out here from the United States of America. 27 years of age with a personal best of 22.61. She's the fastest in the field. Annalise Ruby in lane 6. 21 years of age from New South Wales. Toya Wiesel from Papua New Guinea. She's got a PB of 23.46, and Emily Lawson on the outside. Just 17 years of age. She was the national champion last week, and also in the 400 came second as well. So she can go the distance. Brennan, Turner, Whittaker, Nelson, Hastings, Ruby, Wiesel and Lawson for the women's 200 metres. Just waiting for the starter. Ash Whittaker swinging the arms there. So you see some of the athletes warming up in the background. A little bit of confusion going on here. Just waiting maybe for a javelin throw. Not sure. Coming up after this race, we have the 1,500 metres for the men. There's Natasha Hastings from America. She was first in the 2014 World Indoor Championships of the 4x400 metres. Ella Nelson, she's got a bit of form on the board. So far this season, Nelson first in Perth and ran a PB of 23.26 last week to come second. They're taking their mark. Ones to watch, Nelson, Hastings, Wiesel and Whittaker. Hastings took a time to go out. Nice little start on the inside, but Hastings burning away. Toya Wiesel, she's missed it behind. Ella Nelson in behind as well. Hastings will come off the bend nice and in front. Wiesel on the outside's fighting back. Ash Whittaker coming hard as well as we push down now with 50 metres to go. Ella Nelson's got a very strong finish, but it's going to be Hastings out in front. Ella Nelson on the inside, Whittaker, and coming home fourth is Annalise Ruby. So Natasha Hastings doing the business once more. We'll see her later in the meet. But Ella Nelson with came in second with unofficial time 23.36.
And that's a plus 0.1 tailwind there, boys.
All right, thanks, Robbo. Looks like pretty still conditions, but I was out here earlier today, and it's a very tough headwind on that bend. Very hard work for the girls early. Might burn a bit of the juice. But watch Ella Nelson. She comes home, holds her firm very, very well over the more 100-metre specialist, Ash Whittaker, on her inside. 23.35 official for Natasha Hastings. Annalise Ruby in fourth. Laura Turner fifth. Monica Brennan sixth. Toya Wiesel in seventh. And Emily Lawson, the junior athlete, in eighth. There's a great front-on shot. Very still heads there.
Annalise Ruby, a 400-metre specialist. Just shortening up tonight in the 200 metres, but Hastings, she did it quite easy there. She's very happy, just saluting the crowd now. And we'll just go down to Robbo, trackside.
Yeah, thanks very much, Mossy. I'm joined down here by Annalise Ruby, who's enjoyed the half lap this afternoon. Generally a 400-metre runner, but how was that for you out there tonight?
It was good. It was a lot of fun. It just takes the pressure off doing a different event, so I really enjoyed it. And it's great to have Natasha here. I've been training with her all week, and I've just learnt so much. So it was a good week.
Excellent. Well, we'll let you go and catch your breath, and we'll see you in the Nationals in a couple of weeks.
Yes, 400 and 200.
Excellent. Showdown time in those ones. Awesome. Well done, Annalise Ruby there. And we've got Ella Nelson, who's no stranger to the tartan couch, and well done. Tough conditions there, a little bit of wind swirling around, but another great kick tonight.
Yeah, thank you. It was good to run against Natasha this time, who's such a class athlete, and great experience to train with her this week and even race against her.
Yeah, excellent. So you had Sally Pearson to chase down last week and Natasha Hastings this week. Some world-class athletes there in your field, and that's going to bring the best out of you.
Oh, definitely. Hopefully it's a bit of practice for comms, yeah.
Excellent. Well done again. As I just said to Annalise, we'll let you catch your breath, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks at Nationals.
No worries, thank you.
Ella Nelson there.
Well, I'll tell you what, she might...
And she's done sorry, Mossy, 23.83 there for Ella. In second place, Natasha Hastings 23.35. Over to you, Mossy.
And Ash Whitaker 24.03. We just thought there, we were speaking up here, that maybe Ella might be able to run a bit quicker without that those earpieces there. Lynchy.
Yeah, it might weigh you down, but also if you keep more earrings on the inside, it might help you get around the bend a bit quicker.
She's that's the second, so she hasn't finished outside the top two so far this season.
She's been consistent up the top.
And she's only a kitten, pretty much, 19 years of age, so
That's
she's
right.
definitely going to be one of the stars in the future. She'll in the Australian athletics scene.
And Mossy, we've got Henry Frayne. The Frayne train's about to leave the station for his second jump. He's down the runway. Here he goes.
Likes it.
Looks good. The white flag's up. He's cheering to the crowd. This could be big. Again, Ollie Worm, how did that look for you?
It looked pretty good, Henry. Hopefully bigger than 8.06, but he seemed happy. Gave the crowd, the hand. So I reckon this could be big from the Frayne train.
We had Philip Sadowu just come out from nowhere last week at Sydney Track Classic. As we see, there we go.
8 metres 10, Henry Frayne. That is huge. First competition back. That is massive.
The Frayne train has left the station, and look at that, 8.10. Ollie Worm is pumped.
Toot toot. That is massive. Henry Frayne.
With a plus .01 tailwind, and he looked excited there. The white flag went up. He gave it a big cheer to the crowd. Ollie Worm, great to see men's long jump just dominating.
Well, that's good to see. We want to see Crowther and Lapierre get up as well. So it's good for athletics. And we've got a special guest coming in now.
Joyce.
Yes, the boys down there. It looks like Robbo's going to be having a chat with Natasha Hastings.
Thank you very much, Mossy. And I've got Natasha Hastings stepping down to the 200 metres today, and she has the loveliest nails that colour coordinate with her shoes and her running outfit today. And Natasha, you're just getting your breath back. Great run once again.
Thank you. Yeah, the nails was thought out with the whole uniform, everything. But no, I had a great time out here today. Wanted to run maybe a little bit faster, but it's a little cool, windy, so I'll take it.
Yeah, well done once again, and we hope you've really enjoyed your stay down in Australia. We'd love to see you back here once again. What's next for you when you do return home?
I'm going to go home and regroup, get some good training in. It'll probably be another few weeks before I compete again, so just some good training, some downtime mentally, because it's been a long indoor season, and then to come right back here. But, I'm loving it. I had a great time here in Sydney and Melbourne, and hopefully I'm back next year.
Well, we look forward dearly to seeing you back down here. Well done again over in Sopot, and we'll hopefully have a great trip back to America, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you. Hopefully you will see me soon.
Perfect. Thank you. Natasha Hastings joining us on the Tartan couch, and I'll send it back up to Mossy and Lynchy up there in the Tartan commentary box.
All right, great jumping from Henry Frayne. That's a Commonwealth Games A qualifier. But over the back, I'm going to throw it to Benita Willis. I'm going to step away from the mic. She's going to come in for our expert commentary on the men's 1,500 metres.
Yeah, so the lineup for the men's 1,500 metres, Philo Saunders, Hamish Carson from New Zealand, Cameron Page from New South Wales, which is fellow New South Welshman Jack Stapleton. Josh Wright will be in a one to watch with a PB of 3:37.10. Zach Patterson, Tom Forthorpe, David Bradney, Collis Birmingham, James Magoot and Andrew Rodich there on the start for the men's 1,500 metres. So definitely Collis Birmingham of Australia is Victoria, the Ballarat project. Starting to nudge 30 now, Collis, and James Magoot, young fella from Kenya, who's been running fantastically out here. Benita Willis is with us for this men's 1,500 metres. What do you like about the field?
I think it's awesome that Collis is running. He's just come back from the World Indoors, and certainly this is just working on his speed, but it'd be great to see him here. And certainly with Andrew Rotich, he's a pacemaker, so you can see he's gone straight to the front. The idea for the pacemakers is to go, a little bit faster than the rest of the field, but not too fast. So we'll just see what kind of a job he does to set this up for a really good fast race.
So as they come around the first turn there, Rodich out in front, Magoot tucking him behind. And as we would expect, Collis Birmingham not too far behind them. Birmingham just got pipped in the final lap against with James Magoot in the Herb Elliott Mile over at the Perth Track Classic. And it's an extra 3 blokes there with the blue shirt. So Magoot tucked in behind Rodich. So they turn around through here with 3 laps to go in the men's 1,500 metres. Benita, did you ever compete in the 1,500 metres? Well, you did, didn't you? You're a champion of it.
Oh, yeah, certainly I was qualified for the Sydney Olympics in the 1,500, but ended up making the 5K team. So you really do have to be pretty fit for the 1,500 here. And, you can see how the field's really strung out. That just shows it's a fast pace. If the field was really, really bunched together, you just don't really know who's going to win. But certainly it's fast pace here, and we'll just see how these guys go.
As you can see there, Collis Birmingham, Josh Wright and Hamish Carson, the Kiwi, chasing down the 2 Kenyans. Rodich out in front, tucked in behind him, Magoot just doing it easy, the young fella from Kenya. And Birmingham is being sort of challenged out in front now. Hamish Carson coming up with the long blonde locks as they come around the first bend. And they've got 2 laps remaining here in the men's 1,500 metres at the IAAF World Challenge.
And when I used to do 1,500 a bit, the third lap is always the hardest one to, maintain your composure and touch with the field. So the guys that are running the best here in this lap will really finish on strong. So it'll be good to see how these young Australians go, and also Collis. I really would like to see Collis run really well.
So the A qualified 3:37, the B at 3:40.75. James Magoot came here last year and beat James Kahn, who's more familiar with the 800 metres. As Rodich just comes away now, he's been on the pace. Magoot, Carson's in behind. Birmingham doesn't look comfortable back there. Josh Wright coming up on the outside. And this is going to be a good finish here as we come up to the bell lap. Magoot in front, Carson in behind, Josh Wright, Collis Birmingham. Is he still in the mix there, Benita?
Yeah, he definitely still in the mix. I mean, people fade badly in the last lap, so we just got to see how he goes. But he's certainly got the strength, Collis, and he's got the age on these other guys as well, so good finish.
James Magoot out in front. Carson's gone from a long way back. He's challenged Magoot, just like Collis Birmingham did over in Perth in the mile. Magoot, he's just tucked in behind, just waits for it. Goes on the outside, Carson. His legs are going to get heavy. We've got the Carson in second. Josh Wright, all eyes on him for Australia. He's around in third, coming into second. But Magoot is going to take this down. Or will Josh Wright come from absolutely nowhere? He blitzed him at the Hunter Track Classic. Magoot out in front by 10 metres. He's going to take it down again here in the IAAF Melbourne World Challenge. He's breaking away from the field. In second place will be Josh Wright, Hamish Carson. Collis Birmingham will round out the top 4, and the time is a 3:40.40 unofficial. So Collis in fourth. Magoot there in front, but Hamish Carson, he went out pretty hard there in the final lap in the back straight there, Benita.
Yeah, and when you make moves like that, I mean, he's pretty young, 25, and I think it just takes a bit out of you, and certainly he'll learn every race he does. But these big races are really good for him, and it's definitely a learning experience, but he did show a really good fight in the last 100, and yeah, it's hard to come back from going really hard too quickly and hurting from it, with 200 to go.
And Josh Wright there, 22 years of age, the young New South Wales man, as you see here on the screen. Magoot, here's the move by Carson. And Magoot, I wouldn't even say it shocked him. He just went, righto, you're going to go around the outside. I'll just slow down here. and get around and take it around again. It can always be a bit tricky when they're in front of you going a bit slower than you can, Benita.
Yeah, it's really tricky, and that's when, you know, accidents happen and things like that. So you have to be really smart, and the last lap people are always pretty tired. So, you know, anything can happen. But no, I think it's a really good race, and Wright looked really good. It was just, one of those things where these young guys are really coming through, and big races like this is the time to do it as well.
So as Collis Birmingham comes across the finish line there, we've got someone down there with Robbo. You're a man of the middle distances, mate. Would have been happy to see that one up close.
Yes, mate. I've got Kiwi runner Hamish Carson. Welcome, Hamish. Come on down. Welcome to the Tartan Couch, mate. And, mate, how's that for you?
Oh, I thought I'd just give it a good crack tonight, and unfortunately I didn't quite have it in the last 100, but I'm glad I gave it everything out there. So.
Tell us where you're at with the Kiwi standards. I understand they're pretty tough standards to try and meet. How are you hovering around what you need to do?
Yeah, well, our A is 335 and our B is 338.6. So I've done that once before. Just got to do it again in the qualifying period, and hopefully I'll get in. But I really wanted to push the pace tonight to see if we could get a time like that. But wasn't to be. I'll see if I can make it happen over in the States next month, though.
Yeah, excellent, mate. Well, all the best with that. Look, something that's going to help you with getting those times down. I've seen those blonde, the long locks in Sydney, and I thought there's a man that needs some performance-enhancing work from the headband. It's completely legal, and, mate, if you throw that on, I'm sure you'll get that A qualifier very soon. So, Hamish Carson from New Zealand, well done, mate. Thanks for spending time on the Tartan Couch.
See you later, guys. Thank you.
Back to you, Mossy and Lynchy in the grandstand.
He couldn't help himself. We promised we'd get Collis Birmingham, but Robbo couldn't help himself.
Mossy, Collis, we're just letting him go and do his business, and we'll hopefully have a chat with Collis on the Tartan Couch very soon. We know he's desperate to get on here and have a chat, so hopefully he'll be able to bring that to you very soon. But up to you guys.
You've got to earn it, though, Robbo. That's the one thing. So the next on the agenda with the men's 400-metre hurdles. They'll be coming up just in a few minutes. They're laying... The flights are all laid out here. We've got Tristan Thomas of Tasmania. Famous as we see there in the Olympics. As we see here, James Magoo 3:40.39. Josh Wright 3:42.19. These are all official results. Hamish Carson with the 3:42.83. Birmingham a couple of seconds behind with the 3:44.
Mossy, we've got the men of the 400 metres hurdles just sorting themselves out just behind us here. Mr. Bennett from Mingara's just poked his tongue out at me. But we've got Ian Dewhurst. He's literally only 5 metres behind me at the moment. He's in the zone, the boy from NSWIS, New South Wales Institute of Sport. I had the pleasure of catching up with his dad this morning, Rex Dewhurst. We joined him for a run here at Albert Park Park Run, 5K run that happens every Saturday morning at 8 o'clock, and the Park Run movement is booming around the world. If you haven't seen it yet, get on parkrun.com and check it out. But Rex was just saying how pumped he was for his son Ian after Sydney with a great win over there, and just coming over proven a legend here in Australian hurdling, Tristan Thomas. So he's up against Tristan again tonight. We're going to see what's going to happen between those two. I know Tristan doesn't like losing, and it's going to be great to see Ian Dewhurst. He's a man who's got the strongest kick in the race. With the last 200 metres, Ian Dewhurst will really start to see him motor up. He's the nicest man in athletics, so all the best to Ian Dewhurst in this one. But Tristan Thomas won't be far off the mark as well. Ollie Worm is just sorting himself out here, and he's got an update.
Yeah, looks like Henry Frame's going to leave it there. He's 8 metres 10. That's the A qualifier. He was coming into this. His body was a bit hit and miss. He's got the A qualifier out. He's got to wait for it to be ratified. But looks like he's not going to jump again tonight. So hopefully he holds on for the win. Fabrice is building up. He's jumped 7.64. And Crowther's up there as well. He's jumped 7.61. So those three, the 3 threes that I mentioned before, the big jumpers, they're jumping well with Frame, the talk of the track tonight. So we'll have more when we get some more.
Thanks very much, Ollie Worm. And just before this men's 400 metres kicks off, I've got Josh Wright down here, our fastest Aussie in the men's 1,500 metres. Made another decent run there for yourself. You happy with that?
No, not really. 3:42, slower than last week. I'll have to try at Nationals heat to try and do a qualifier now. I don't really want to go overseas and get one, but I want to get it in Australia.
How were the conditions out there tonight? A bit swirly, as we've been saying in the live stream. You're hoping just to sort of tuck in and, you know, do what you had to do at the end there?
Yeah, the back straight was pretty windy, and like it's hard to race these races with these conditions. Like I didn't know whether to go with the pace or not, but then they all sit on you. But coming first Aussie home, can't get much better than that. Like.
Well done again, mate, and we look forward to seeing you come out and smash it in your next start.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Josh. Right there, and we've got the men's 400-metre hurdles coming up. I'll let Mossy and Lynchy talk us through the field. Look out for Kiwi Cochrane in this race.
All right, last week, Michael Cochrane took maybe a little bit too much bicarb and was feeling a bit queasy before the race. Didn't finish as well as he liked. And you said before, Tristan hates losing, but Ian Dewhurst loves winning. So it's going to be a hard race between those two. But watch for Tristan to go out very fast early. And like you said before, Dewhurst to come home super strong.
Well, we've got a contingent of 5 overseas competitors tonight. We've got one from Japan, we've got 3 Kiwis, and a guy from Tasmania. So it's going to be interesting to see here. The Foreign Raiders, I think we'll start to call them. On the inside will be Lee Bennett. He's from New South Wales. He's 27 years of age. He was second at the 2014 New South Wales Champs. We've got Kazuki Yoshida from Japan. He's getting on, 26 years of age with a PB of 49.45. Cameron French from New Zealand, 21. 27 years of age from Tasmania, Tristan Thomas. Ian Dewhurst, as we heard there, the nicest man in athletics. Michael Cochrane from New Zealand, and countryman Daniel O'Shea. And on the outside will be James Roth with a 51.17 PB from New South Wales. He's got the tartan on there, Tristan.
He does. That's the new Mizuno bodysuit. Getting a bit of tartan on there. Might have to sit on Tristan later. That'll be our tartan couch.
Well, that's exactly right.
Boys, I'm 10 metres away from that tartan tights, and I tell you what, I have tartan tights envy. I'll be looking to get those off Tristan later on. Can
we start a hashtag up? Hashtag tartan tights.
I'll be on it right now, Mossy.
Might be able to get a sponsor from Mizuno.
So here we are, the men's 400-metre hurdles. From the inside, Bennett Yoshida. French, there's Thomas on camera. Dewhurst, Cochrane, O'Shea, and on the outside, Roth.
All right, off they go. Tristan Thomas, as always, taking it out very hard, but Ian Dewhurst, and inside him, Cameron French moving very quick as well, but Cochrane's moving out quick. Tristan Thomas has moved up beside Ian Dewhurst, but Cochrane moving very fast early. He's recovered from Sydney. Watch for Ian Dewhurst to start winding it up, but Tristan and Cochrane rising early. French as well. 200 metres to go.
So Tristan on the inside there. Watch for Dewhurst. He may be in behind Tristan Thomas, but he'll come home really hard. On the outside there, Cochrane. He's hitting the brakes as you know. He's going out in front. Cochrane and Daniel O'Shea outside of him, the other Kiwi. Thomas pushing hard. Watch for the finish by Dewhurst. He's got some pace over this last bit. Thomas is coming at him, but it's going to be out in front. Michael Cochrane from New Zealand. Tristan Thomas coming in second, and Ian Dewhurst third. But Cochrane went out hard. He looked like he had no energy in the legs, but came off the bend strong. And he's taken home a scalp here in the men's 400-metre hurdles with an unofficial time of 49.71.
Very good running from Cochrane. That's about the same time he ran over in Perth. 49.72 he ran in Perth. That was a New Zealand record, so he's very close. Here's the closing stages. Cochrane very strong home. Tristan looked like he was fading, but he showed a lot of strength off that last hurdle. And Ian Dewhurst, this is the favourite part of the race. The last 100 metres. O'Shea on the outside. Watch Tristan fighting off that last hurdle. He wanted the win, but Cochrane just holding on. Great racing Those New Zealanders, they know how to do a 400 hurdles. Here's a great front-on shot. You can watch the pain on their face. Tristan Thomas and Michael Cochran on the outside. Dewey calm as can be. But there's the grimace. They almost look like each other on the outside there. Great running from the boys.
Robbo picked it up there. Cochran on the sideline, on the track side with Dave Robbo.
Yeah, sorry, boys. Thank you very much. Great finish there at the end. And, geez, it was close. Tristan Thomas so close to Cochran, who we might have a quick chat with if we can just get him. He's just catching his breath. These 400-metre hurdlers, boys, they are stuffed at the end of these races, I've got to say. They're stuck for breath. Cochran, I can tell you, he's already got a B qualifier for the New Zealand athletics team, and he's only a whisker off getting that B qualifier again. 49.70, I believe that mark is. So after a bit of a misfire last week at the Sydney Track Classic, we're seeing a comeback, I guess, from the Kiwi hurdler, and it's great to see. After his great race over there at the Perth Track Classic, we're hopefully going to catch up with Cochran here in a sec for a quick chat, but we're also going to get Tristan Thomas, who held on to be the first Aussie. Ian Dewhurst, it wasn't to be his night tonight, but it was very close at the finish there in the final stages. Could throw a blanket over them. But very impressive work, and that wind is still down here, and they would have been blowing into that wind over that final hurdle, and we'll see that's pretty tough. Tristan's got the tartan tights on. We might be able to get a close-up look at those, and we'll see about exchanging them later on tonight. I'll send it back upstairs, boys. I'll let you know when we're ready for an interview.
You can see a bit of javelin going on there. Kim Mickle has hit an A qualifier so far.
Yeah, already in the first round. 60 metres for the A qualifier. We're going to see a lot of throws from the 3Ks, Kath, Kim and Kelsey. Lots of big throwing from the girls. Could have a 1, 2, 3 in Glasgow and world domination in the future.
Yeah, it's one thing Australia's got is some very, very strong in the field events. Yeah, we're pretty about...
Sorry, mate, we've got Ollie Worm next to me. Speaking of field events there, Mossy, and we've got an update in the women's javelin throw. Wormy?
Yeah, Kim Mickle, first throw, 62.34, so good start for her. Catherine Mitchell, 60.80, and Kelsey Roberts, 50.74, so good starts there. The women's high jumpers, they're warming up. Women's shot put, they're warming up. It's exciting out here, and we'll get to you as soon as possible with those results. And the men's long jump, they're getting underway in the fourth round, but no Henry Frame there, don't forget.
And just quietly, there was a hush went around the ground when Valerie Adams entered the arena down here, Wormy, and she is nothing she hasn't won. And we're lucky enough catch up with Tristan Thomas, if we've got time before the women's 400 hurdles. Tristan Thomas.
Hey man, how you doing?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
Oh, I'm so happy to be worthy of the couch.
Mate, we've been wanting to get you here since day one.
Haven't been worthy.
No. Look, you've been more than worthy. Mate, I just wanted to say well done. First Aussie home tonight. It's been a ding-dong battle between Cochran and Dewhurst and yourself, and you must be enjoying the competition.
No, it's great. Hopefully Nationals is the one that I want the most, so hopefully I can turn around in that event, but some good signs today and then hopefully more to come.
And we know from your history, mate, you've got a habit of just peaking at the right time, and we know you've got a couple more weeks up your sleeve to really perfect your race at Nationals. Tell me about these tights, mate. Just at the start line there, the boys were going crazy upstairs. The tartan tights, where'd you get these from?
No, it's Mizuno's latest range. I'm happy to be probably the only runner from Mizuno today, but they've done well, I think. Last year they had a really sexy light blue, and this year they've gone with the picnic carpet rug. So I've got a few people comment on it, so I guess that's the best you can do from a tight-fitting uniform.
Excellent, mate. We're going to leave it there. Thank you very much for spending time on the tartan couch. We'll catch up with you again soon.
Women's 400-metre hurdles here on the inside. Ashley Harobin, Sarah Carley, Lindsay Peck and Lauren Wells. Jess Gully, Sarah Klein, Trudy Davidson and Felicity Black, all from Australia. There's Lauren Wells, former Bowden. The 400 metres hurdles. I'll throw this to Lynchy.
All right, well underway. Look for Lauren Wells, Jess Gooley and Lindsay Pekin in the middle 3 lanes. Jess Gooley going out very quickly moving down into the back straight, rising over the hurdles a bit early, but here comes Lauren Wells moving up alongside. Lauren Wells was a bit sick in Perth. She looks a bit fitter today. Here she goes, rising well before the other runners as they come into the 5th flight. There's Lauren Wells, Gully, and Pekin on her outside.
So we can see there, Gully, she's the smaller one. Pekin there, she's dropping back. Lauren Wells well out in front here. She's just going to have to clear the hurdles from this position. She's well up in front. She's going to nail it, this one here. Gooley on the outside. In lane 3, we have Lindsay Pekin. It's going to be a race between those for the minor places. Lauren Wells, but she's hit the wall. Gooley, can she come back? Can they chase her down? But Lauren Wells, she's out. Gooley coming home late. Is Gooley going to get there? No, it was Wells, Gooley and Pekin. Oh, only another 5 metres. Lauren Wells looked like she'd hit her wall there, but she takes out the W here at the IAAF Melbourne World Challenge. And they're in pain at this stage.
And we saw the flames there, Mossy, indicating that was a B qualifier. Another one for Loz Wells.
So an unofficial B qualifier, is that what we're calling?
Yes, Mossy, unofficially at this stage.
57.23 and the B qualifiers 57.35. Well called, Robbo. But Lynchy, take us through the final moments of that race.
There's Lauren Wells, very happy with the win, but she's hurting that last flight. Jess Gooley, hungry at the end, really wanted it. But Lauren Wells had done enough early to get herself the win. Gooley very, very close. Jess Gooley with a PB of 57.39. She could find herself with a brand new PB today. But Lauren Wells has got the win. She's made up for her run in Perth where she was sick. We can hopefully see when we get the live results. Jess Gooley may have snuck under her PB of 57.39.
Yeah, as we see on the screen there, we've got Valerie Adams. They call her the Kiwi Colossus. She's won just about everything. The worst she's got in the last 10 years is silver medal. Everything else gold. She's taken out everything, and she'll be expected to win here tonight. Just going to the high jump there. Easy clearing it. The white flag goes up. Didn't catch her number plate. Didn't see who she was. But our next event here on the track schedule will be the men's 5,000 metres before we hit the 800 metres in the men's and the women's as well. So the men's 5,000 metres coming up. Some of the highlights so far, Lynchy.
Have to say Sally in the hurdles, getting 3 qualifiers. We had Sally Pearson getting an A, Shannon McCann getting herself another B, and Michelle Jenica finally getting that elusive B qualifier. And the men's 100, Thomas Gamble taking out the win and getting a few scalps on the way with a PB of 10.41.
Just waiting for official times there in the 400 hurdles. We'll come back now, but I can tell you in the women's shot put, there's Valerie Adams just introduced to the crowd. Next to her is Hamilton. She even looks in a bit of awe. Wow. Tall, built for the shot put. Throws it over 20 metres.
She certainly does. She's from a big family. One of her stepbrothers actually plays in the NBA.
Yes.
11th round pick, playing for Oklahoma City Thunder. So they've got I think they've got an average height in that family of 6 foot for the females and 6'8" for the males.
Wow.
So that is a tall family. You don't want to mess with that family.
No. We're going to go to the men's 5,000 metres. We'll have Benita Willis coming in once again to take us through all the action. So as we see there on the start line for the men's 5,000 metres, we've got Ben St. Lawrence, Brandon Hargraves, Jackson Elliott, Liam Adams, Matthew Cox, Brady Threffel, Mark Hanrahan, Jack Curran, Mitch Brown, Brenton Rowe, Malcolm Hicks, Chris Hamer, Isaiah Coich from Kenya, and Ryan Geard from Victoria. We are field, and they're off in the men's 5,000 metres. You see going out in front. Ben St. Lawrence tucked into second. Liam Adams in behind him. We'll just see these for the next couple of laps. We've got 12 and a half laps with us. Benita Willis, one of your favourite events.
Yeah, I really like the 5K and I definitely ran that a lot in the earlier stages of my career. You can see how, they've got a pacemaker out here, Ryan Jerd, and I think it's just helps set up a fast pace. And certainly I was just talking to Ben St. Lawrence before, and, he'd like to have a good fast one today. So it's good conditions, so we'll just see how they go.
And Coich out in front, behind the pacemaker there, St. Lawrence, not too far away. And Liam Adams, you'd expect that's going to round out our top three. And they're on pace here. So just coming around the bend, out in front of the pacemaker. They're sort of slipping it a little bit off him. Ben St. Lawrence in behind Coach. And Liam Adams as well. Just moving down there. Can you tell us a bit about the contrasting styles of runner there, Belinda?
Yeah, I think, everyone just has their own particular styles, and you can see how the Kenyan runners, they don't always look really, really smooth, but certainly they look really relaxed. And I think you can tell a lot by how they're feeling by their face, and if you get any close-ups of their face, you can really tell that they're nice and relaxed, and usually the Kenyans just look really good. But certainly the contrasting styles, I think, they're all looking pretty good. When you start seeing the shoulders coming up or their head moving around a bit, they're getting a bit tired. But they all look good today, and certainly the older guys, St. Lawrence and Liam Adams, look good too.
So with 10 and a half laps remaining, we might go down trackside with Robbo with the winner in the women's 400-metre hurdles.
Yes, thanks very much, Mossy. I'm joined here by Lauren Wells, formerly Lauren Bowden from the Matty B Department Stables up there at Canberra. And Loz, how was that one out there tonight?
Yeah, a bit average, to be honest. To get the win obviously is great, but I haven't run a 400 hurdle race for about 5 weeks now, since I got sick in Perth, really. So I definitely know my training is a lot better than that, and I guess it's just the race fitness I've got to try and replicate in training over the next couple of weeks and hope to nail it by Nationals.
57.20 there, another B qualifier for you. A lot of the feedback has been, especially from the men's 400 hurdles, it's tough conditions. I think you can give yourself a little bit of a break. It's a little bit windy, it's a little bit tougher tonight, but obviously you're hungry to get that 56 A qualifier in a couple of weeks' time.
Oh, absolutely. Conditions aren't the greatest, but Jess Gooley, who ran second and just to me, just ran a B qualifier PB. So look, if people out here running PBs, Lindsay Pekin in third ran an awesome time, almost a B qualifier as well. So yeah, look, I could blame the conditions and I always want faster, but to be honest, this year it's all about Commonwealth Games, and I've just got to book my seat now, and my coach Matt Beckham and I have just tried to really use this year to only peak once, and it's proving to be a bit more difficult than I thought because I guess I'm not running as fast now in our season as I would like. So, hopefully everything comes together come July.
Excellent. Well, we'll see you in a couple of weeks for Nationals, and we'll hopefully follow you all the way on the road to Glasgow.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks. Lauren Wells there, joining us on the Tartan couch, and I heard a big cheer in the background, and that would have been for Valerie Adams. Wormy, can you give us an update there?
Unfortunately, it was a foul, but it was a big throw, so promising signs. She's got a big one out there, just the foul first up, so plenty of time to go for her tonight. Hopefully a big one out there, 20, 21 metres. We'd love to see that.
And we'll definitely be sure to try and bring that to you, everyone watching at home. But we've got the men's 5,000 metres carrying on. We've got 9 laps left to go here. And I'll send it back up to Benita and Mossy in the commentary box.
You see Geared, the pacemaker, out in front with a leaning forward style by Keach. In behind, we have St. Lawrence, Liam Adams. So we have the top 4 there. We've got a couple more in the top 6 there. Brenton Rowe, the Austrian, He's in behind. So doing it nice and easy there, the Kenyan man, as we come down the final straight here. As the pacemaker looks like he's going to slip off. Very important job, Benita.
Yeah, I mean, I always like doing races when there's pacemakers because you can just really sit in and relax. And, I mean, you can see that coach is pretty relaxed and his PB is faster than the Australian record, so he's definitely feeling pretty good. But now he's out in front, so Ben and Liam really have to sit on him and really use the fact that he's in the race to run fast.
So Kim Mickle absolutely throwing it out there. Yet another A qualifier. Those three girls, Catherine Mitchell, Kim Mickle and Kelsey Lee Roberts, trying hard to get the Australian record, 66.83. That's the Australian record. Kim Mickle, she's finally done it, 66.83.
This is
unbelievable.
Mossy, I've got Wormy next to me down here. He's losing it.
This is absolutely unreal. 66.83 there. National record from Kim Mickle. Absolutely amazing. Mitchell's in the lead with a 62.58. Bang, Mickle, 66.83. Doesn't get much better than that.
So Louise Curry, she was inducted on Thursday at the Landy Lunch in the Australian Hall of Fame, and there she had the previous record of 66.80. Kim Mickle, she's been threatening in her last few starts, and there she is, just touching it out there a few centimetres longer. And that'll be a big relief. That was, she's been saying for a long time that's been her big challenge, and now she's got that in the bag. And, she might come out and throw 67 in the rest of this competition.
That's fantastic. We've got her throwing big. We've got Valerie Adams, one of the greatest throwers of all time, about to throw. The high jump underway. It's just heating up here. Do not turn this off. Do not turn the live stream off.
Boys, I'm going to throw Benita and Mossy, I'm going to throw it back up to you. Ollie Worm needs a lie down, and we'll be sure to capture Valerie Adams'
We don't have a
second throw.
tartan couch, though, do we? We'll have to get him in a set of tartan tights down there. And Isaiah Kojic out in front here was third in the World Championships 2013, fourth in 2011. Took out fifth place in the 2012 Olympic Games over there, and he's the World Junior Indoor record holder. So he's got the pedigree. He's well out in front. Ben St. Lawrence will be chasing him down. He's in second position. If you see him crossing now. At the Australian A qualifier, which Ben St. Lawrence will be looking to chase down. It is 13.20 flat, or a B qualifier of 13.35. So we'll be looking out for that one. 13.20 is what Ben St. Lawrence will be chasing down. And Liam Adams as well in a chasing pack. Includes Brenton Rowe. So he's well out in front here, doing it all alone with just a little bit over 5 laps to go, Benita.
Yeah, you can see Coach is just extending his lead here, but certainly when you look at the PBs and what he's done overseas, he is definitely a different class to these other guys. But Ben's run 13.10, and I know how tough he is, and he really wants to be in this team, so he's going to fight on. But it would definitely help Ben if he was in that pack just behind them, and they're working hard together, and that always helps when you're in a pack like that. But they're looking good with 2K to go for sure.
It's one of those things for Ben St. Lawrence with his class. Often when he races in Australia, he has to do it alone. As you said, that makes it very tough.
Yeah, it's always hard to race in Australia, and that's what I always found. And it's good to have the international athletes, but certainly it helps if they're a little bit closer to the Aussie guys chasing their times and stuff like that. But in conditions like today, you can really push, and you can really get the times. It's perfect weather today, and just can't wait to see the last few laps here.
As we said, it's got a PB of 13.10.08. But so far this season, 13.31.56. Ben St. Lawrence. He's got a pack which includes Brenton Rowe out in front and Liam Adams. But Koech with the yellow and blue fancy boots out in front. Looks like he's doing it easy. And he's definitely going to be the winner of this one.
So here we are, Mossy, just to put the attention on Valerie Adams. She's in the circle. Second throw, it's out there, it's big. Oh. She shakes the head.
Is that Ollie Worm in the background?
Well, it is. Ollie Worm's fired up. She shakes the head, puts the overshirt back on. We'll get a distance there for you in a second, but that was Valerie Adams' second throw in the women's shot put. No Danny Samuels in this one. She was down as a starter, but she's a late withdrawal. 1968 we see there for Valerie Adams. So there you go. We'll throw it back to you guys for the men's 5,000.
As we see there, Rowe now in front. St Lawrence just getting a little bit of help. Adams and Hicks, the Kiwi, as well. So coming down the home straight is Coach. And he'll be greeted. He's going around now. It'll be about 10:15. And he'll have 2 laps remaining. So he's going to clearly be the winner. Hicks is starting to make a move around Adams there. Shifted to the marathon in more recent times, Liam Adams. He is hoping to qualify for the 10K for the Com Games as well. He's qualified for the marathon. And there's that pack of 4. There's Coach. He's so far out in front that the cameraman had to find him on the track.
Yeah, I just saw Coach look behind before and he had a bit of a smirk on his face. But certainly these Kenyans, I mean, they love to race, but they certainly like to have a good time as well. And I've seen many of them just, really enjoying the race. I've seen some fall over in cross countries right at the end when they're winning by miles and think it's funny. So, yeah, they're really good athletes, but certainly they really enjoy it as well, which is, I think, is a huge part of competing.
So there's Coach coming around the bend. He's going to be greeted by a bell very shortly. And the clock at the moment's 11:15. He's just about to come up to his... Oh, I thought it was going to be the final lap there. But anyway, we'll come back to it. As you'll see coming onto the screen now, Rowe, St Lawrence, Hicks and Adams has been dropped off by that pack. So Rowe out in front, doing the work. St Lawrence looks like he's... No, I wouldn't say he's doing it easy.
Mossy, I've just had a quick chat with Jackson Elliott. He's come down from Queensland for the men's 5,000. Unfortunately, he's had to pull out of the event. He's had a bit of a hamstring tightness, some neural pain there, and he's had previous injuries before, so not wanting to push that tonight. So unfortunately, no Jackson Elliott. He's a star from Queenslander in this distance.
So the meet record, 13:08:43 by Bernard Lagat back in 2011. And Coach is getting faster and faster as he comes down the home straight now. And he's opened up a 100-metre lead. And he's going to grab a hold of the listen to the bell. He gets the bell now, 20:30. So he is in shot to put a really good time on. And the chasing pack now, Rowe, St Lawrence and Hicks. So for the A qualifier, 13:20, a B qualifier, 13:35. They're going to have to smoke home in that final lap.
Yeah, they're going to have to give it everything in this last lap, and certainly these kind of races, whether it's for the win or for a time, you've just got to be so strong in the last 300 now. They're coming through, and Coach has got the win, but we're all watching the second pack as well and see how fast they can all finish. And Ben's coming up now, I can see. I mean, he's the oldest one and definitely the most experienced, so certainly he's got to hold on.
So he won't get the meet record here, Will Coach, but here he goes. He's picking up pace as he finally comes down. Isaiah Coach, the 20-year-old from Kenya. He's just got 20 metres to go in this race here. He's going to be the clear favourite. Victory in an unofficial time of 13:29:07 in the men's 5,000 metres, and Ben St Lawrence streaking out in front of Hicks. Rose dropped off. Here comes the first Australian home. Ben St Lawrence, keep an eye on that time, 13:46. Unofficially, I think, Robbo, we may have a B qualifier there. They'll continue to come around, but a good finish there by Ben St Lawrence, Benita.
Yeah, I mean, that's so tough to finish like that. And, he just broke away from those other two guys. And it was really good to see because, it's hard to do. And certainly he was hurting. And you can see him there. I mean, he's pretty happy. That's a good run.
We'll just wait for the time. I think he might have actually missed out on that. 13:35 was the B qualifier. So he'll be disappointed with that. Did a little bit hard at times. We've got our final finishes come down. Catherine Mitchell there on the screen. Javelin. Well, the gauntlet has been thrown down.
And Mossy, we've got Valerie Adams stepping into the circle again for her third throw of the night. Let's see what she can do here. Oh, a little bit frustrated once again, possibly a little happier. We'll wait to see how far that one's gone. As we see Catherine Mitchell throw one out. No doubt spurred on by Kim Mickle, but that's a foul, unfortunately, for Catherine Mitchell. It's been a fantastic duel between Mitchell and Mickle so far this season, and if we throw in Canberra's Kelsey Lee Roberts, they make up the Triple K. And boys, I've joined by Benny St. Lawrence, and he's just catching his breath, getting a drink. Well done, mate.
Thanks.
How was it for you there this evening?
It was tough, to be honest. You know, I was really hoping to put it to Coach and stick on him and hopefully get dragged through for a fast time and a really close race. But when he put the screws on after the pacemaker dropped out, it was just too hot for me, and I don't know, just not quite fresh enough tonight. But then the chase pack caught me, and it was a good race through to the end with them. So disappointing. Good to be first Australian, but I was really hoping for some more fireworks tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Mossy will be a big fan of that ginger coming out through the beard there, mate. How does the beard go in terms of wind assistance, or does it help enhance the performance? As we watch Kim Mickle come in here, the new national record holder. Big throw. It's out there, not quite near her recent mark. Yeah, mate, the beard, how's that working for you?
Well, tonight was the first race with a beard, so I don't know how much
come off.
it'll last. Yeah,
come off. Well, mate, well done again. We look forward to seeing you having a run at Nationals in a couple of weeks. 5,000 again.
Down to race a 5K and hopefully a bit quicker than tonight.
Perfect, mate. Well, we look forward to catching up with you on the tartan couch again.
No worries.
And well done. Cheers, Benny. Benny St. Lawrence, a legend of the Aussie distance running scene. It's all happening down here, Mossy. I don't know where to look. We've got the women's 1500 warming up right next to me here. We've got the women's shot put. There's women's high jump going on. We're going to try and keep these updates to you as much as possible. The women's javelin, we're seeing great things happening left, right and centre, but I'll stick it back up to you. You might have a special guest up there. Mossy.
Yes, that's right. We've got Lynchy with us.
Oh, I'm a special guest.
Special.
I've been here all day. Now I'm going to step away so we can hear the expert commentary of one of our greatest 800-metre runners to take you through the men's and women's 800 metres. Can you guess who it is? It is Tamsin Manu. We'll be coming to her very, very shortly.
So the women's 800 metres on the inside, Selma Kayan. We've got Catherine Katzenvarkas. She'll be one there to look out for. Kelly Hetherington, Georgia Wassell, who had a great second up last week. There's Eunice Sum. 2011 World Champion, Brittany McGowan, Rosie Kelly, Kelly Young and Morgan Mitchell. Should be on the pace. And welcome aboard, Tamsin Manu.
Oh, this is nerve-wracking, isn't it? See the girls out there on the 800 start. It always brings butterflies, but I'm so excited. This field's fantastic. And you know the best thing about it is you actually don't know which Australian's going to win because there's so many girls that have stepped up to the plate to get that Commonwealth Games qualifier.
Yeah, well, you look at so far this season, Kelly Hetherington, she sort of had tried to step up and do the 1,500 metres. She comes back down to her 800. Probably hasn't found her best form so far, but Georgia Wassell last week, I don't know if you saw the action, but...
Oh, I saw it. She ran fantastic. And you've got Brittany, who's run a big PB this year of 2:02. Catherine's back in her great form. And all the other girls, if they haven't run PBs, they're there or thereabouts. But Kelly's in good shape, I think. She obviously was thinking about doing the 1,500, but she's moved back down to her 800, and last week she got another 2:02 out, so it'll be interesting to see how they go tonight.
Women's 800 metres. Arrow away, out in front will be Morgan Mitchell. She'll be on the pace tonight. She sort of sweeps around there. You can see Eunice Sum. She's going to probably get caught about mid-pack. Kelly Hetherington on her side, but Sum just pushing up nice and easy.
It's going to be rough at the crossover. It was in Sydney, and the girls had to really fight to get those positions, but luckily they've got Morgan pacing, who's running fantastic over 400. She's run a 53.4 this season, and she's actually run a couple of milers clubs 800, so she'll at least know the pace. But it's pretty congested in there. Catherine's just had to tap Georgia out of the way, so they're obviously it's a physical race.
So you've got Kelly in the pink there, some tucked in and sort of in behind. A lot of shoving going on there. Kelly Hetherington, Rosie Kelly, Georgia Wassell. Looks like a bit of cement in her boots there. She's out nice and wide. And Mitchell, who'll drop off here on pace. We'll see if she's on pace here with 1 lap remaining in the women's 800 metres.
Well, that's a bit disappointing. They're going too slow, and that's evident by how physical and rough the race is. The girls needed to probably go through in sub 60 if they wanted to run a really fast time, and especially when you've got the world champion who, she can kick home. If you want to beat her, you're going to have to put it up to her now down this back straight.
Well, Georgia Wassell had an amazing finish last week, and she's not in a bad position here as well. Kelly Hetherington, she's amongst the mix. She's going to have to get in and out. She's going to expect that Eunice Sum will push hard. Mitchell, the pace is out. Sum coming around the final corner here. Wassell's going to throw down the challenge. B qualified 2:02.10. 1:59. You have to go sub to get the A standard. On the outside, we've got Wassell, McGowan as well. Hetherington on the inside. Eunice Sum pushing hard. George Wassell, can she come? Kelly Hetherington on the inside. Eunice Sum hanging on there. Georgia Wassell once again. Is she going to come second? Eunice Sum takes it home. Wassell second, Hetherington third, and McGowan on the outside picks up the fourth. 2:03 unofficial.
That's just, I have to be honest here, that's really disappointing. I think they went through too slow through that first lap, and I think these girls need to seriously, if they want to do these qualifying standards in the lead-up meets, sometimes I think when you bring a world champ out, they're a little bit daunted by her. Now, these girls are great athletes. They've got some good talent, and they can run faster than that. So I think they needed to just really push the pace a bit and go, even if you go past the pacer, you've got to do it sometimes. And so I think they're going to look back at this race and sort of see a lost opportunity. But, it was a fantastic race to watch, and they're racing races with what it's going to be like in Europe. It's rough, it's physical, you've got to fight for your position, and you've got to fight all the way down that home straight to get the place. But Sum's a quality athlete, and Georgia, she's really showing that for a teenager, she's got some great potential in this event. Kelly had another solid run, and I think the physicality of the early lap with Catherine and Brittany, it just showed in that last little bit.
And that's racing, isn't it, as far as the physicality goes? I've been to every track meet so far of the athletics tour, and there hasn't been that sort of physicality. And as you said, slow pace out in front. Was it the pacemaker just going too slow and they sort of got caught in behind?
Yeah, no, I think unfortunately Morgan, who's a 53.4 runner, she probably knows how fast she is. She probably held back too much. Okay, I think we're going to cross down to, is it Kelly? Kelly Hetherington down there? Yep.
Thank you very much, Tamsin. Yes, it's Kelly Hetherington. I feel always a bit bad trying to interview someone after they've just run 2 laps of the track at flat tack. But Kelly Hetherington has kindly agreed to join us. And Kel, how was that? Looked a bit tough out there tonight.
Yeah, tonight was pretty rough. It was pretty good though, getting to race all the Aussie girls and getting ready to go overseas, so it was pretty fun actually.
Yeah, good.
Rough but good.
Yeah, excellent. And you'll be looking ahead obviously to nationals as well, and really trying to build and come out with a great performance, defending national champion over the 2 laps. What sort of time do you think you're capable of in a couple of weeks, all going well?
All goes well. I'm hoping for at least the B, so we'll see how it goes. I know I've got a lot faster in me. Sydney was much faster than that, so hopefully we can all push each other for quicker.
Excellent. I'll let you go and catch your breath once again. Thanks for spending time on the Tartan couch. This is your debut.
I know, it's good to be here.
And tap Clyde on the head as you walk out of the studio. Yeah, go and get Clyde. Go and grab him. So if you haven't spotted Clyde yet, Kel's just going to bring Clyde back on camera. Clyde is the official mascot of the 2014 Commonwealth Games over there in Glasgow, Scotland. And so Clyde's a big fan of yours. And there you go. It's a mutual thing. You might be dyeing the hair purple in honour of Clyde.
Oh, maybe not. I love Clyde, but not that much.
All right, thank you very much for spending time on the Tartan couch, Kel Hetherington.
Thanks.
There you go. Yeah, we better tell him to sit down again. And we might be able to catch up with Georgia Wassell, but Ollie Worm's here, and he's got his field update. What's going on, Wormy?
Well, as I said earlier, Henry Frayne took out the long jump, 8 metres 10. Henry Smith actually jumped his way into second place with a 7.68, relegating Fabrice Lapierre to third place, 7.64. So Crowther misses out on the top three. The women's shot put there, last throw we saw from Valerie Adams, 19.88. Women's jab, an update from there, you've seen Mickle, 66.83. Mitchell's best so far, 62.58. So some impressive results there. Some 800 metre results displayed now. Impressive running there from the Kenyan.
Yeah, no, it was Eunice Sum, and special to have the world champion come out here again. It seemed to be a bit tough out there. Georgia Wassell continuing to improve. Times are all slower across the board compared to Sydney Track Classic last week. But Georgia, doing great things in the junior and the senior ranks.
And also in the women's high jump, they're all clear at 1.80 m, and they're up to 1.83 m now as we look to the 800 metres.
Right, back up to the commentary box. Let's get ready for this men's 800
we've got
metres.
Luke
This
Matthews
is, for me,
on the inside, Jared West.
Can't wait to hear the call.
Nag Miller Bowl. We've got Dwayne Solomon, 4th in the Olympic Games. There he is on the screen from USA, 29 years of age with a personal best of 1:42.82. Alex Rowe will be outside of him. Josh Ralph, New South Wales boy, 22 years of age. He ran a 1:46.25 over at Perth and missed by just 0.05 the A qualifier. Jeff Risley, one of the greats of the last couple of years in terms of the short distance running, the 800 metres. We've got Harrick, Mathis, James Gurr, and the pace will be Eddie Vinning today. So Tamsin, who do you like in this race?
I just really hope that these guys go with a fast pace through the bell, because there's 3 athletes that are capable of running 1:46 here and doing the A, but we need one of them to get the A so that at Nationals, you can send that A and the 2 Bs, and we have 3 guys in our team. But it's pretty exciting. I think we've got Risley, Rowe, and Ralph's made a great decision to move up to 8s. And the best thing I like about that is he hasn't lost his speed over 400, showing in his Sydney race last weekend.
And I had a pleasure of having a good chat with him, sharing a car trip. He's a really nice guy, and you don't expect him to be such a competitor.
Yeah, they're laid back off the track 8 runners, but on the track they're fierce.
Men's 800 metres. And we're off. The ones to watch, Solomon will be the clear favourite, Rowe, Ralph and Risley. Eddie Vining on the outside. He'll be running the pace here. We want him to kick around really well. You can see out in front with Dwayne Solomon, just tucks in. West on the inside, Alex Rowe, and Dwayne Solomon looking nice and comfortable.
Pace looks like it's definitely on here. You can tell because they've spread it out. It's Indian far more like than what the girls' race was earlier, which was quite congested. Solomon's going to want the pace on. He's a professional leader. He knows that he runs best when he hits the bell at a fast pace. So he's the best person to have brought out for these guys.
So we're not far off coming up to the bell. You see Ralph, he's a little bit behind. He's got his eyebrows raised there. Solomon doing it easy, almost breathless. Doing it easy. Rowe tucked in behind. He was the winner. He came second last week. Almost pipped him on the post in Sydney. And we're on pace here. Ralph in 3rd position. So Solomon out in front. Rowe, he wants to get a qualifier. We'll be keeping an eye on the clock at 1:46.20.
It's impressive running by Rowe. He's really taken it to Solomon. He's tried to go with him. So, he's put his heart on the line here. So it might hurt him over the closing stages. But Ralph's there and Risley's looking ominous as they come into that final turn.
So Solomon will take this one easily. We've got the 3 R's of Australia. We've got Rowe out in front. Ralph pushing hard off the final bend. Risley, he's probably too far back. Can he kick here? Risley's kicking. Rowe has fallen behind. Out in front, we have Solomon. Solomon's going to take it easy. We're more interested in the minor places. Ralph is going to come home. We'll keep an eye on the clock. 1:45.19 for Solomon. And have we got an A qualifier, or maybe a B qualifier again for Josh Ralph? And Jeff Risley came home hard once again.
That's some serious class running out in the front there. Dwayne Solomon just showed us how good he really is. We're talking about an Olympic and World Championship finalist, and he just made that back end of the 800 look so smooth.
And Rowe went out really early, but and he sort of, got the cement in the boots there in the final straight.
But I think that, this isn't nationals, and in races like this, when you have the opportunity to have someone of Dwayne Solomon's calibre out here, you've got to do what Rowe did. You've got to have a crack, and he definitely did that. I was really impressed with Alex Rowe's race. He had a go. He went with Solomon, and he'll have learned a lot from that race. Ralph's just improving in leaps and bounds. He was fantastic, and he held his form so well of those closing stages, so that's why he was rewarded with the second place. And Risley, he's always there or thereabouts, and you know that he can improve before nationals.
1:45.80 for Ralph.
So Ralph in a 1:45.80. Ladies and gentlemen, that's an A qualifier. So Josh Ralph with an A qualifier. He almost got it over in Perth. So that's our third A qualifier tonight. We've had an Australian record already, 66.83 for Kim Mickle in the Javelin. But Josh Ralph, and well deserved, we see the official time up on the board, 1:45.80 for Ralph. Jeff Risley, 1:46.15. That's 2 A qualifiers, Tamsin.
And that's perfect. That's what we're after. You want to have 3 of those guys on the Commonwealth Games team because all 3 of them deserve to be there. They're great racers. Rowe was so close to the A before last in Sydney, so I think, best result possible.
And down trackside we have Jeff Risley.
One of the 2 latest members of the A team. Jeff Risley's just come home there, showing some of the form that we know and love. Mate, you're really building, and it's great to be back, yeah?
Yeah, no, it's good to be back. Sick of coming second and third. But,
of course.
Rounding in shape at the right time and, mixing up between the 8 and the 15, so it's good.
Yeah, it looks to be you've got to have a surname starting with R to be any good at 800 metres at the moment in Australia.
Yeah, well, I guess Ralph Dubal, D, but it starts with an R.
There you go.
Risley Rowe, yeah.
And tell us about Dwayne Solomon. You've had a couple of races now. It's great to have someone of that calibre out here pushing you guys along.
Yeah, no, I saw him train on Tuesday and he's lightning quick, and I just left myself too much work to at the 600. He has that ability just to go really hard, and my run fell a bit short in the straight. So
he's the guy that kept pace with David Rudisha for a little while in that Olympic race.
Yeah, he has run 1:42. So
class runner.
Not many of them guys around. Credit to him. He's really improved over the last 3 years.
Excellent, mate. Well done again. You've got the A qualifier, which is great. We could see that coming. Yeah. And well done. And I'm sure you're going to keep building and all the way to nationals.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Jeff Risley on the tartan couch. There you go. We're hopefully going to catch Josh Ralph here in a second as well, and maybe even Dwayne Solomon. It's just hectic down here in the mix zone. And as we see on your screen there now, Dwayne Solomon, 1:45.17. Josh Ralph, 1:45.80. Another PB. That's 4 in a row over 800 metres for Josh Ralph. Started with the Zatopek last year on this very track. And then his next 3 starts, Perth and here tonight. And there was one other, I think. But, yeah. Ollie Worm, what have you got on your...
Henry's bib here. Henry Frayne, having interviewed out of the media. He jumped 8:10. He'll join us shortly here.
Another bloke who's got a tidy beard.
Yeah, he loves the beard. He really wants to promote that and... continue the trend. I can't grow a beard personally, so I couldn't join him. But
have you even shaved yet, Ollie?
I've just hit puberty. I've just started shaving. So I've just started shaving. But how good was that 800? The 3 threes, the 3 Australian blokes, right up there against Solomon, who is one of the best movers I've seen. I saw him on Monday, about 45 minutes, just running 200s, 300s, short recovery, and a beautiful mover. So they did really well out there, and it's not an ideal night, is it?
Look, it's been challenging for the other runners. One little stat that I read during the week, I think there's only around about 10 or so Australian 800-metre runners that have gone under 1:46 on Aussie soil. And we saw Josh Ralph adding himself immediately to that list tonight. I've got a feeling about Josh Ralph. I just love the Ralph and Ralph Dobell connection, and I reckon the guy's destined for a national record one day. That's a big call, but we're going to call across Henry Frayne here in a second. Ollie Worm's number 1 fan of Henry Frayne. He's got the thing already. Henry Frayne, come on over. Congratulations, mate. Great to be back. Where have you been for 17 months?
Oh, mate, just been tapering. It's been a taper since the Olympics.
yeah, it's just been peaking for this event. Yeah.
Good. And is it true that you heard that Tartan Couch was coming to Melbourne? You had to get yourself down here so you could have a chat with the live stream guys.
Yeah, I did hear that, and I'm very disappointed because where's the couch?
Yeah, look, that's the biggest question that I've heard all night. We've got a makeshift Tartan Couch tonight. We wanted to burn a few extra calories tonight by standing up, so it will come back. It'll be here for Nationals, and we'll hopefully see you back down for that.
Yep, I will be down for that, mate.
Henry Frayne, the Frayne train, 8:10. Great to get that out there, mate, and we're looking forward to seeing you back in action very soon.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Don't leave it another 17 months.
Cheers.
Henry Frayne, there you go, and Ollie Worm, that's just made your night. All right, Josh Ralph. We're going to get Josh Ralph here in a sec. Big thanks to Peter Higgins, the Chief Athletics Australia official, who's just organising the show down here in the mix zone. Josh Ralph, as I was saying a little minute ago, you know, he's just really just going from strength to strength in the 2-lap. Let's remember he's a 400-metre specialist is where he's come from. He had a crack at the 1-lap last week and held his own in there, I think, running a very handy time. But we can welcome Josh Ralph back to the Tartan Couch, the real Tartan Couch this time. Congratulations, mate. You finally got that A, another PB.
Yeah, another PB. I'm so stoked. I really wanted to go into 146 today, and I wasn't sure. It's cold and it's cold and a bit windy, but I just knew if I stuck to my race plan, I'd be ready to go.
Hang around for a sec. We've got the 200 coming up here. We'll have a chat to you again in a sec. Thanks, Josh.
Hartman, Kermon, Hammond, Geddes, Forsyth, Brown, Jaworski. And off they go. Mario Forsyth, you can see in the yellow, the Jamaican. On the inside, though, is Jared Geddes, though. Geddes is going to come hard off the turn. Look for Kermon to come home late. Oh, this one's going to be an absolute ripper. You can see it there. Geddes on the outside, Forsyth. Jared Geddes been training in Jamaica, and he's got it. Jared Geddes Hover. Looks like he's got some form of qualifier. Unofficial time of 21:11.
And that's a plus 0.6 tailwind there, Mossy.
There was a qualifier for someone because they went off, but what a great race it was for Jared Geddes there.
I think it's just a cold track. Maybe they're trying to warm it up a little bit, shooting up the flames. 21:10 for Jared Geddes. Happy with the win. He's taken out the Peter Norman Classic. Here's a replay. Geddes very strong off the bend. Forsyth pushed the pace as they came off, but Geddes was just too strong, and that's his training partner on the inside. Jake Hammond holding on for third. Kermon coming very, very late, and Hartman there for fourth. There is Geddes wearing the long sleeve shirt underneath. As it is a little bit cold.
Looks like he's got like a media pass bib there.
He is. That's how he allowed on the track.
Yeah. He took down Forsyth there. It's a good win for Jared Geddes. You see him there on the replay. Now it's the Peter Norman men's 200 metres. And the unofficial time of 21:10. In fact, I think it's official now, 21:10. So it's still outside the B qualifier there for Jared Geddes. But it is 20:59's his season's best. And down on trackside, we're going back to Robbo with Josh Ralph.
Yeah, thanks again, Mossy. Great work, Jared Geddes. We'll hopefully have a catch-up with him in a sec as he gets his breath back. But Josh Ralph, he's fresh, and he's just run himself a PB in the 800. As we were just saying previously, mate, your dominance in the 800 and the progress that you're making, you must be so thrilled with that.
Yeah, I'm really stoked with it. I'm just really blessed. People have around me as well, mentoring me and keeping me together, and yeah, I'm really thankful for that. And so I think all of us working as a team's got me there.
And to think it started on this very track in December at the Zatopek 10, you had your 800 there. It was a bit of a breakthrough, and you've just gone from strength to strength. Are you enjoying the 2 laps?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I actually thought on the start line, I was like, well, last time you came here, you did well, so let's build on that. And then I got a lot of momentum, got a lot of confidence coming in, and I guess now it's just learning to keep it going and keep running faster.
And final thing, mate, there's a guy called Ralph Dobell. He ran a pretty handy 800 metres at one point. You share a name there with him. Do you think maybe that might drive you on to one day having a crack at his record?
Of course, it's always the goal. I'm not quite there yet. Got a fair bit to go. Second's a long way at this end of the scale. But yeah, it's obviously the ultimate goal in the end.
Of course. Well, we've seen a national record go tonight in the women's javelin. Why not a men's 800 metre record? It's the longest standing record, or one of the very longest standing records in Australian athletics history. Well done again, Josh Ralph. Here's your Melbourne World Sorry, the IAAF Melbourne World Challenge 800 metre champion. Well done, mate.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Well done.
Oh, there's your official results for the men's 200. Geddes 21.10. It's gone, but that's all right. Here we are at the start. This is one of the best races of the night. The women's 100. We're going to see a showdown again between Sally Pearson and Mel Breen. Natasha Hastings also doing the 100. She's done the 2 already today. She did the 4 in Sydney. Mossy, what are your thoughts on this race?
Well, she's looking for a bit of a clean sweep. Natasha Hastings, she's won the 4, she's won the 2, and now she's looking to try and get the 100 metres. And just while we're waiting for things to get underway, we've got Robbo on the sideline with Jared Geddes.
Yes, thank you very much, Mossy. I'm joined by the White Lightning himself. He's just taken out the men's 200. Jared Geddes, great to have a chat with you on the Tartan Couch. Well done, mate.
Thanks, guys. You're doing great things for the sport. It's an honour to be on the show.
There you go, Jared Geddes, the Tartan Couch #1 fan. Now, mate, your running is just improving as well. How was that run there tonight? Are you happy with the time, happy with the result?
Look, I'm really happy with the execution. That's what we went out to do, is to execute. I'm obviously disappointed with the time. It's probably one of my slowest times this season, but you know, we're up against a quality field, so I took that away from that.
You've got the scalp of a quality Jamaican sprinter there in Forsyth, and you've spent a bit of time over in Jamaica recently. That must have hopefully rubbed off on you hanging around with Usain Bolt.
That's it, more scouts to come for sure. But yeah, definitely learning off those guys, being the best at what they do, definitely helps me come back here and do the best I want to do.
Perfect, mate. Well, you're a great young talent. We love watching you and love hearing from you as well. All the very best. We'll see you again at Nationals.
Thanks, Thank you very much.
Good on you, Jared Geddes. Back up to you, Mossy.
Well, we've got the women's 100 metres. Next up after that, the women's 1500 before Lynchy's special in the men's 400 metres to round things out. But here we go, the women's 100 metres. It's going to be a belter. We've got Breen versus Pearson for the second time this season. Pearson came away with the victory last up, actually blitzed the field, took down Breen, but Breen is the fastest woman Australia's ever seen over the 100 metres. And she also took Pearson down at the ACT State Championships during that meet where she set the the Australian record of 11:11. So this one's going to promise to be a beauty. How do you see it panning out, my friend?
Oh, Sally Pearson, she is a hungry competitor, but we're going to see if Mel can make it up in the later stages of the race. Sally's going to get out fast. That's just a given. That's going to happen. But Mel needs to stay composed and finish off the race. She's on the inside of Hannah Bassick, who also is a cracking starter. So maybe that might put a bit of pressure on Mel, but it might pull her through. And hopefully we can see a very, very tight race between these two. There's the starters on the screen for the women's 100 metres at the IAAF Melbourne World Challenge.
So we've got Christine Wynn on the inside, Hannah Bassick, Natasha Hastings, Mel Breen, Sally Pearson, the Queen of the Pacific, Toya Whistle, Ashley Whittaker from Victoria, Ellie Graff, Michelle Cutmore, and Maddie Coates.
10 starters here.
Oh, it's tense in the stand line, in the grandstands. Very tense with those 10 starters.
There they are, the two on the screen, Breen and Pearson.
Bassick on the inside, she'll get away quick. Hastings is there and thereabouts. Breen. This has to be the race of the meet. It's just what Australian athletics is required.
That's right. It's
bit of a rivalry.
Specifically moved to the end of the meet for Sally to get the
very
recovery
rare,
off the
isn't it?
hurdles.
Usually have the 100 first and 200 later.
But Sally wanted to do the double, so I think the crowds appreciate it. They're right up against the fence. The athlete out in lane 10 is right. She could almost high-five them while she's running. But there they are, Breen and Pearson. There's nothing like a rivalry.
There's nothing like
athletics.
a set of arm skins as well.
It's a bit cold out there.
Yeah, true. I could do some up here for sure. There's Hastings to the left of Breen as she sees it. Bassick. Wynn. So we've got 4. Who'll be in this one? Look out for Hastings, Breen, Pearson, and Toya Whistle. We know that Hannah Bassick will get out fast. She's in lane 2. Pearson gets the start. She's out in front, but Breen's not too far away. Toya Weasel, Natasha Hastings there and thereabouts as well. Breen's out in behind. Pearson's out in front. Pearson, Breen, Hastings. Pearson with an 11.36. An 11.36. That's another B qualifier. She was just 0.01 off an A qualifier. That, mate, it's an unofficial 11.36, so we'll see how that one pans out. But once again, Sally Pearson out. Breen couldn't follow her.
Oh, just a cracking start. Put the pressure on early. It's been rounded down to 11.34.
11.34, that is an A qualifier.
She's got another one of those again. Here we go. Watch the start. Sally Pearson putting on a clinic, getting her feet down early and pushing it away. Mel came home strong right near the end, but the pressure was on from the start, and that makes it hard. It's hard to beat Sally once she's in front.
Oh, it's all a mind game from here, isn't it?
It
Breen
is.
pushing hard, as you can see there, but Pearson, when she's in front, she's such a dogged competitor. She's just too hard to beat. And Hastings stepping down from the 4. She won the 200 tonight, which would have taken a bit out of her, and she's come home with a 3. That she would have enjoyed that 100 metres. But look at Pearson. Look at that face.
Staying as relaxed as she can and taking the win. Very happy.
Was that a thumbs up to Robbo down there?
I think it was. That was, hey, I'll see you on the couch a bit later.
Tell you what, I could do with some arm warmers, and Ollie Worm beside me could do with some arm warmers as well. He might get them off, Sal.
It's cold out here, bloody cold, so that's a good run there from Pearson. Once again, great battle there with Melissa Breen, and the American got up for third there, so good run from her early on in our prep.
Yeah, he's right. As the sun's just sort of faded away, the temperature's really dipped down here. It's probably no warmer than 15 degrees, 14 degrees. So it's not ideal, I guess, sprinting heat.
Eleanor Patterson clear at 1 metre 86. So great jumping there. She's obviously going to have a crack at 1 metre 89 next, so we assume. So bright young talent there.
That's the women's high jump. We'll be keeping you up to date with that. That's our final field event, and Field Marshal Worm will be keeping us up to date there. We're hoping to have a catch up with Australia's newest javelin record holder, and that's Kim Mickle. And maybe Kim Mickle, Catherine Mitchell, we might be able to catch up with them, along with Sally Pearson and Melissa Breen. So don't go away. We don't know where to look, Wormy. There's just so much action. We've got Valerie Adams. She wasn't too far away. We might have just missed her. We'll see if we can get Valerie Adams back in a little while.
I can't remember.
Well, there you go. The boys on the sidelines there. And very excitable Ollie Wern tonight on debut here on the IAAF Melbourne World Challenge. We've got the women's 1,500 metres coming up. Benita Willis will be joining us for that. So
all right, this is Hannah Joy on the runway in the women's high jump. Oh, unfortunately, that was the second attempt at 186. She's got one more to come. And looks like Nicola McDermott is making her way out. She's another junior athlete in the women's high jump.
So we've got the 3-lap event coming up, the 1,500 metres. It's the women's, and then we're finishing it off with the men's 400 metres. As you see on the screen, Sally Pearson, 11.34 with an A qualifier. It came up on the screen as 11.36. It's been down to 11.34.
Thank you very much. And we've got Catherine Mitchell here. I believe she's your javelin coach, Mossy. She's joining us in what was a historic javelin throw event tonight for the women. And Catherine, well done. You threw a 63. Obviously not your PB, but still consistently up around that 63, 64 mark.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually I'm happy with the consistency tonight, and that's something we've been really working on and really important to build in the competition. And tonight was one of the best competitions I've had for that. Obviously, I'd like to throw a little bit further, and I felt like I was really close tonight, but not quite. And obviously, Kimbo did an awesome job with the Aussie record.
Yeah. And, you know, you've got a lot to... she's got a lot to thank it to yourself for pushing her along, and I know you guys have had some great battles, and I know you will have plenty more. Tell me, what were the conditions like for you guys out there throwing? Was it a bit changeable?
No, it was really good conditions actually. A little bit chilly if you wanted to talk about perfect conditions, but it was a slight head breeze. If you can hit the javelin, it really makes it fly, which is what I didn't do, unfortunately. But yeah, it was a really nice night out here throwing. So it was good.
Excellent. Well, thanks again for having a catch up with us. We look forward to catching up with you at your next meeting at Nationals.
Yeah, at Nationals is our next one. So hopefully onward and up from here.
Perfect. Well, I reckon there's going to be some continual battles. We might see that record fall again, and I think you might be the person to do it. But we'll see how we go.
Well, we're getting there, definitely.
Awesome.
Yep.
There you go, Catherine Mitchell. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ta.
Yeah, we're not too far away from the women's 1,500 metres. Heidi Gregson, Bridie Delaney, Susan Koiken, who won over in Perth. Mel Duncan, who's been superb throughout the entire summer. Camille Buscombe, Kayla McKnight, Anna Lehman, Nikki Hamblin, the Jenny Blundell, Lucy Van Dalen from New Zealand. Laura Crow, one of the Irish girls, 26 years of age with a PB of 4:11.49. And Zoe Buckman. We've got Mercy Chirono and Bronte Gange will do the pacemaking. She'll drop out after 800 metres. Benito, this is a stacked field here in the women's 1,500 metres.
Oh, this is an awesome field, and certainly there's a lot of really good internationals. I mean, Mercy Chirono ran so well in that 5K in Sydney last week, but Zoe Buckman, top 8 in the world last year. Susan Kleiken, top 8 in the world last year in the 5K. She's from Holland, and it's going to be a really, really good race.
So would you expect Mercy Chirono, even though she's stepping down, would you expect her to take this one out? And in behind her from the Australians, who'll be the closest?
I think it's going to be really close. I mean, I'd certainly expect Mercy Chirono to be right up there if it's a fast race, and it will be a fast race. So, yeah, it'll just be good to see how these Aussie girls and also Susan stack up against her.
Well, if you look at the A qualifier at 4:07, Zoe Buckman 4:04, she's one of the better Australians. Here.
Guys, I feel like I'm a fly on the wall here. I'm surrounded by just legends all around me. I've got Kim Mickle, Mel Breen and Sally Pearson. Now, Sally, how was that run there for you tonight? Another A qualifier?
Yeah, it's good. Just sort of, get it going through the rounds, and it's nice to be competitive. It's always good to run 100 with Mel because she's got the target on her back as the Australian record holder, and everyone wants to catch her. So it's exciting and it's fun. That's the main thing.
Yeah, and Mel, you're obviously hungry to continue, the little battles that you guys are having.
Yeah, absolutely. Star's a fantastic starter, and she got me truly tonight, but I'm really looking forward to Nationals. A few more training weeks in me, and hopefully I'll come out a bit faster for Nationals.
Excellent. Well, we're looking forward to seeing that one coming up soon. You girls don't have any layers on, so you better go and get warm. And Kim Mickle's offering the jacket here. Thank you very much, Mel Breen and Sal Pearson. Excellent.
Robbo, we might just catch this race here in the women's 1,500 metres. Mercy Chirono, you can see her outside on the right-hand side. Buscombe, the Kiwi, she's done well so far. In the yellow on the inside we have, looks like it's Mel Duncan, and Zoe Buckman on the outside, and Lehman coming out as well.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be fast-paced at all, and you can kind of tell by how bunched they are, and I think this is going to play into the hands of the people that are the fastest at 800 here, going from that. But I'd just be really interested to see how Melissa Duncan goes, because she's just been improving every race, and certainly Zoe Buckman and Susan Kleiken are just world-class performers. So it's going to be a good race to see how they go up against Mercy Chirono here, who just ran so well over 5K recently.
Yeah, Mel Duncan with a personal best of 4:09.13. She ran it over in Perth. She was second at the Hunter Track Classic as well. She hasn't finished outside the top 4 in an event this season. And as we see there, we've got the pacemaker out in front, Mercy Chirono, Zoe Buckman out as well. The Commonwealth Games A qualifier at 4:07. So Buckman is the PB of 4:04.82. She's definitely got it in her as well. Mercy Chirono out in front, Zoe Buckman. See Heidi Gregson there, Mel Duncan, Buscombe slipping in, and Bridie Delaney in the all-back, coached by Scott Westcott. She's been running the 5,000s. Scott reckons the 1,500 metres is her goes. So out in front, once again, we have the pace. Then we've got Mercy Chirono, Zoe Buckman, Gregson, and Mel Duncan.
I think the pace has kind of picked up a bit in the second lap, and with 2 laps to go there, I think they look to be really moving. I mean, I'd really like to see Bridie Delaney move up a bit. She was very good a few years ago, and I think she's just coming back really strongly now. So it's great to see these young ones coming through, and Zoe Buckman up there as well. I was just talking to her before, and Zoe's really excited about running tonight, and she lives here in Melbourne, and she's certainly up for the challenge to race this girl from Kenya, Mercy Chirono, who's in really good shape and racing really well out here in Australia. I think it's really good that we've got Kayla McKnight running as well. We haven't seen her race as much, but she's going really well. So, yeah, be a great last lap.
So Chirono, Buckman, Bridie Delaney making a move on the outside, Mel Duncan in behind, and behind there is Kayla McKnight. So we've got 1 lap to go. Mercy Chirono out in front. Zoe Buckman in behind. Bridie Delaney making a move as well. Dropping down from the 5K, the current national cross-country champion. She's putting in hard. Buckman looking nice and easy. Blundell making a move. Duncan's back as well. That pack you'd expect they're probably a bit too far gone. Chirono leading with Buckman. Tacking on behind is Bridie Delaney. Buckman starting to move up. Can Delaney go with them? Chirono out in front. Remember, this is the 1,500 metres. You would expect Buckman may well have the solid finish. They're going for an A qualifier of 4:07. Delaney trying to hang on there, but she's going to slip off. Chirono, but here comes Buckman. We know she's got to finish. She's trying hard, but Chirono stepping out. She's 7, 8, 10 metres ahead. Zoe's in behind. Bridie Delaney's going to finish third. They're outside the qualifier. And coming home now, looks like we've got Mel Duncan. So the top there was Chirono, Buckman, and Bridie Delaney with a gallant third position and an unofficial time of...
Mossy, a quick update in the women's high jump. Ollie Worm, what do we got?
Eleanor Patterson, 1 metre 90. She's clear, second attempt. So we're not sure what she's going to have a crack at next, but that is some impressive jumping there from the youngster. She's trying to keep warm out there. I believe she's the only one left. We'll confirm that shortly, but she's clear at 190. Great news.
Thanks very much, boys. We just see the replay here, Benita.
Yeah, I mean, this is really good to see here, and I think, Zoe Buckman's finishing really well, but certainly Bridie Delaney, it was a very good field, and I just think once you start getting top 3 in these good fields, your times are going to keep improving as the season goes on. So it's very good, promising signs for Australian running, but also Zoe looks so strong as well.
You can see there, Bridie Delaney at the back of the screen there. She absolutely gave it everything. Everything. And as you said, it's great to see. She stepped down from the 5K, but did well at 1,500. And, Bridie Delaney, at 24 years of age. She's just finished a uni degree. She'll be going and training under Scott Westcott full-time as of next year. So look out for big and better things for Bridie. We've got trackside where you have Robbo with Australia's newest national record holder.
Kim Mickle is here, Australia's newest national javelin record holder. We've just been having a good catch up, and Kim, congratulations from everyone watching the live stream and everyone here tonight. Well done.
Thank you. Oh, look, it's incredible. It's the thing that I've always wanted, and I've finally got it. And I don't believe it's happened. It hasn't sunk in, so I can't wait to actually visually see it written down, and then it might sink in a little bit. But about bloody time, I say.
I totally agree. Now, tell us, how did it feel out of the hand? Every single part of it. You've thrown so close to it pretty recently as well. Did it feel pretty sweet?
It did, actually. It definitely wasn't perfect, though. I just nailed the point, and the conditions here, it's quite blustery and windy, but it just hit the wind quite well and just flew. So out of the hand, didn't feel great, but once I saw it, I went, yeah, that's gone pretty far. And I sort of stuck my arms up going, like, I'm too short to actually see how far it went, but I assumed it went pretty good. And, when it came out, I was like, ew.
And the person whose record you broke was obviously Louise Curry, a legend of Australian javelin throwing, and you caught up with Louise for the first time during the week.
I did, yeah. She's an absolute superstar, and I've always looked up to her, and finally meeting her on Thursday, and then breaking a record on Saturday. So it may have had something to do with a little chat we had. So, yeah, if Louise is watching this, you're a superstar, and I apologise, but yet I'll hold the reins for the Aussie record from now on, hopefully.
There you go. Well, congratulations, Kim Mickle. There'll be celebrations tonight. Well done. And we look forward to seeing you throwing it even bigger. 67, 68. I'm sure it's within your realm.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks.
Thanks, Mossy. We'll send it back up to you for the men's 400, the finale.
Yes, that's right. It's going to be an absolute belter. We just heard the crowd getting introduced to John Stephenson. He's back. There's Mossy. In fact, that's Steve Hooker. They say he's the love child of Robbo and myself. He's here to watch as well. Great patron of the games. Of course, an Olympic gold medalist. And coming out on the track, LaShawn Merritt. Lynchy, you said just a minute ago you're happy not to run because of how cold it is.
It's freezing.
Be great to run against LaShawn Merritt.
Oh, definitely. Definitely with that kind of calibre. He's Olympic gold world champion, but it is starting to get a little bit chilly. This is the last event on the program. I've heard during the week LaShawn is going to run 45.3.
He's picked it.
He's picked it. That's him. He said 45.3.
45.3 is the A qualifier.
Unfortunately, USA isn't in the Commonwealth.
Well, you know.
Maybe he can run for Australia. We'll take him.
Yeah. Actually, we asked him and he said, I don't know how they like it back in the US. He said it with an American accent, though.
Can't do that for us?
Yeah, if you want to get on the couch after the show, we'll be just giving it a quick wrap. Don't forget to do hashtag Tartan Couch. Hashtag Tartan Couch. And this is the final event of the meet, the men's 400 metres, and there's the other official hashtag MWC14. But if you'd like to interact with us, hashtag Tartan Couch. We just see the results there, a bit slow for the Aussies. Mercy Toronto 4:08.57. Buckman and Delaney, not too bad, but they're still a ways off of that A qualifier.
All right, let's go through the start list. We've got DeLuca Lawson-Matthews in lane 1. Johnny Steff in lane 2. I don't think he's seen lane 2 for quite a while. He's moving back down to the 400 after doing the 8. Dylan Grant in lane 3. LaShawn Merritt, the one to watch in lane 4. Craig Burns, the winner of the Perth Track. Second to Merritt in the Perth Track Classic. Clay Watkins in lane 6. Nelson Stone in 7. And the local lad Ian Douglas in lane 8. There's Merritt going through a couple of practice starts, keeping the tracksuit on. It is a bit chilly out there, so they're going to try and stay as warm as they can for as long as they can. There's Johnny Steff. Had the splitties on last week. Let's see if he's got the tights or the bodysuit on today for a bit of a faster run. Johnny Steff in his own personalised T-shirt. Stephenson, number 12. Looks like he's got the bodysuit on. He's not wearing the splitties. Oh, and he's given his shirt to the bagger. She is stoked. Look at her.
Oh, happy days.
Made her day.
Can LaShawn back it up? What can he do? Can he go further and pull off the shoes and say, I'm doing this barefoot? Here you go. Here's your chance, LaShawn, to shine.
He's having a bit of trouble with his long tights there.
Yeah.
Hard to get off over the spikes.
He's a man mountain. Quality ambassador, as we see there, Sally Pearson on the screen. And a horde of young athletes and a legion of fans there getting things signed. A night they'll remember. So the men's 400 metres, the final event. Don't forget to stick around. Hashtag Tartan Couch on Twitter if you want to send us a picture on Instagram as well.
Alrighty, keep an eye on lanes 3, 4 and 5. And don't forget Johnny Steff in lane 2. Dylan Grant, lane 3. He was third at the Sydney Track Classic. Craig Burns, second to Merritt in a PB at Perth. But all eyes on lane 4. LaShawn Merritt. Can he back up? Run a 45.3. Away nice and clean. Ian Douglas on the outside moving very quickly. So is Craig Burns on the outside of Merritt. Dylan Grant moving away from Johnny Steff, and Merritt into his running. Craig Burns moving past his outside competitors, but LaShawn Merritt looks like he's very comfortable at the moment. Holding the stagger on Craig Burns is moving out quick, but Dylan Grant holding his work on Johnny Steff. Johnny Steff up on the inside, but Merritt, how he's starting to get into his running. He's moving up past Craig Burns, and he's in a league of his own. Dylan Grant starting to wind it up on the inside. Can Craig Burns hold onto LaShawn Merritt? Merritt's moving into the straight. He's moving away, comfortable as you like. Craig Burns holding on, running very well. Johnny Steff coming home on the inside, but it's LaShawn Merritt all by himself. Johnny Steff, can he come into second place? Will he hit it? Oh, good running. Not a quick time, 46.3. Not sure if he'll be happy with that. It is very cold out here. But LaShawn Merritt has done the job.
Getting home there, Steph.
Hey?
I'm calling John Steff on the inside, just getting the chest out.
I think he's showing that strength that he had from all the 800-metre training in the last legs, but 46.32 officially. Good running in this cold weather. He's done well.
Quick update from the high jump.
Eleanor Patterson cleared at metre 92, second attempt, so great jumping from her. She's on her own. It's getting cold out here. She's a gun. She's on the way to the Com Games, it seems.
And here comes LaShawn Merritt and John Stephenson.
All right, here we go. Merritt leading into the straight. Craig Burns doing very well to hold on here. But there's Johnny Steff, well back at the 50 metres to go. And digging deep, finding something right at the end. But Merritt pulling away. 46.33. And Steff definitely taking out the second place. There are the boys. Very tough running. Merritt having a look there. Having quite a few looks, actually. Checking either way. Watching himself on the big screen. LaShawn Merritt checking himself out for the whole last 100 metres. And there he is, 46.33. Got the win. Pretty comfortable. Not fast, but cold track tonight.
Grab my microphone. Ollie Worm, how far will we see Eleanor Patterson go in the high jump? We've got Johnny Steff. We'll hopefully have to catch up for a chat with him in a sec. But the high jump, where do you think that might head to?
Look,
yeah,
it'd be great. She's going to have a crack at a metre 95 now. So metre 95, I think her PB from memory is 196. So it'd be great to see her do that. LaShawn Merritt up there, 46.32. John Stevenson did get second there, 47.18. You think he'd won the race the way he was going on, but classic John.
He's back. He's back.
In John we trust. Classic John. Yeah, but Eleanor, she's last one standing, and the action's died down here. But what a fantastic night of athletics.
Look, this last hour and a half in particular, or two, the whole thing, Wormy, I am absolutely beside myself with excitement down here. I haven't seen anything like it before. It's just hit after hit, and I know you needed a lie down there about an hour ago. You've bounced back after that, mate.
Yeah, I'm back, mate. It was so exciting. You know, had 8 qualifiers over there from Henry Frayne, first time in a while. Kim Mickle, Australian record. You had the Americans here. It was just a great night of athletics, and I think the crowd loved it. We loved it, and I hope you at home loved it.
And don't go away, because that's the final event of the night. Obviously, we've got the women's high jump going. The final track event was the men's 400. We'll be doing a quick wrap-up show, so stay with us. We're going to have some very special guests to catch up with down here on the quite chilly tartan couch.
Getting cold.
Bring an extra layer if you can. There's the fans are wanting headbands down here, and we're going to have a chat with John Steffen in a sec. LaShawn Merritt. He's had already 2 cracks on the tartan couch. He loves it. And it's going to be good to catch up with him very shortly. Eleanor Patterson will hopefully get her as well. And we're welcoming down in a few moments. We'll have Mossy and Benita Willis. They're coming down to join us for the rub down, the post show here on the tartan couch. We're going to throw back up to Lynchy. What do you got, Lynchy?
All right, I'm up here by myself in live stream headquarters. Eleanor Patterson taking the towel off. She's got a little bit of a blanket out there to keep herself warm. All the girls rugged up, watching. It is a bit chilly out on the track at the moment, but Eleanor Patterson, there she is with her blanket, keeping herself nice and warm. She's got a bit of time between jumps. Like I heard, already clear at 192, putting it up to 195. Will be great jump in this kind of weather. It is chilly, And hopefully we can see the crowd move right down to behind the high jump so we can get everyone behind her and lift her up over the 195. If you didn't see the full results, John Stephenson taking second in the 400 with a 47.18. Burns 47.22. Dylan Grant 47.49. Clay Watkins 47.72. Alrighty, Eleanor Patterson, she's ditched the blanket. She's moving out onto her mark. She's got a slight little tailwind there from that little windsock we can see. But she is the only athlete out there still on the track competing. Let's see if we can get her over the bar. Eleanor Patterson at the top of the runway. Here she comes, attacking the bar. Ooh, just clipping it from behind. As you can see, the rest of the competitors in the women's high jump, very rugged up. Happy they brought their jumpers and their trackies out today.
Yeah, we're on. Come on in the middle. Hey, well done. Well done.
All right, sounds like Robbo, trackside,
Well done
has a
again.
few people to chat with. Who have you got, Robbo?
Yeah, come here. Yep, no. Boys, here we are back down at the Tartan Couch, and we're joined by 400-metre royalty there. The 1-2, LaShawn Merritt and John Stephenson. And LaShawn, we're on a standing Tartan Couch tonight. Well done again on another win.
Thank you.
You're looking around there to see who was keeping you company on that home straight, and this fella came up there on the inside, but another strong run.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I wasn't sure how windy it was going to be in the backstretch, so it was just a matter of running a smart race. Being at it so early, you don't want to go out and run too hard in the wind and overcompensate and lose your form. So I just tried to keep my form and finish good.
Yep. Excellent. What's next for you? You're heading back to the States pretty soon. You've enjoyed your time in Australia, though.
I will. Next for me is Des Moines, Iowa for Drake Relays.
Seen that. Up against Kamani James.
Yeah, Karani, Santos, Tony McQuay, great field. So I'll go back and get some training and get there and try to handle business.
Excellent. Now, Johnny Steph, welcome back to 400 metres. Mossy, you got a few questions?
Oh, here I am with a man with style, man. You've been working out?
Yeah, I've been on them crunches. This camera's doing miles for me, man. Hold on. This is my good side.
Hey,
this is my good side. Hold on. No questions.
Is it good? Is it good enough to do that to your tummy, Mossy?
Yeah, it's all hidden away under here. Now, listen, mate, step down from the 800. How was the 400 tonight for you?
Yeah, it was brilliant. I knew coming in I'll be battling with a bit of speed, but knew the back end of the race, be patient, and hopefully they'll come back to towards the end. But always known with LaShawn to be too far out there, and like I said, he's a class act when he's running, and he's proven that year after year. And like I said, I think he put on a masterclass that year in quarter mile running. I think all those young aspiring quarter milers and even other sprinters can definitely look up to him.
Well, you're a guy yourself that gets a lot of kids to look up to you. You've got 1,000 people here waiting for an autograph on the abs for sure. Mate, where are you as far as your preparations? Where are you up to?
It's going great at the moment. I mean, every athlete says, oh, yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, can't wait for Commonwealth Games. No, but I feel good, you know. It's very early in the year, and like I said, if you're lucky, like LaShawn works very hard, he can come out and run extraordinary times and obviously peak towards against in the major champs and destroy them. But like I'm in the twilight of my career, have to be real myself, but I do know I'm enjoying myself on the track, and I love to be out at Commonwealth Games and help out the other 4x4 boys, and obviously my own aspirations in the 4, and if we can get better, maybe the 8.
That's exactly right. And I know once you finish your career, plenty of kids up at Stockton, the little A's up there, they'd be more than happy for you to come up there, buddy.
I'd love to go up there. Look, the kids is what the sport's made out of, and you know, they're the future, not me. You know, we can only leave a good cornerstone and a good foundation for them to come up, and I'm sure hopefully when I finish my career I can say I've done that.
Let's just have one last look at those abs. Can we get a close-up in there? Wow.
Don't ask no questions.
Yeah. Very good. Johnny Stephenson.
Many thanks, guys. Thank you.
And I'm just going to finish off. It wouldn't be a tartan couch interview with LaShawn Merritt without offering him a piece of fruit. We always share some fruit. And Johnny Steph, you won't miss out as well. You've got a banana. And well done, guys. Thanks again for spending time on the tartan couch. Absolute legends.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll let you go and please the fans. Cheers. Well done. So there you go, Mossy. What about that? And that kicks off our rub-down show. And let's bring in a couple of other guests here. We've got Benita Willis and Ollie Worm. And it was Benita Willis you heard up there. It wasn't just Mossy doing his best Benita Willis impersonation. Great to have you here, B.
Yeah, no, it's awesome to be back, and I haven't been in Australia for a while, so it's really good to see all the youngsters coming through, and it was really good to commentate a bit as well. I always have like a lot of thoughts, but it's really cool to commentate and just kind of let people know what I think.
Well, you're getting itchy feet there. Would you have loved to have just thrown the spikes on and had a crack at that 1500?
Probably not in my current shape, no. But yeah, it was really good to watch, and Bridie Delaney coming up really strongly, Zoe Buckman. I mean, there were so many good runs tonight. It was awesome.
Bridie Delaney and Zoe Buckman with the B qualifiers there as well. And we know Scott Westcott will be watching at home. He coaches Bridie Delaney up there in Newcastle, and he'll be absolutely through the moon, so well done, Scotty.
Now, Benita, you'd be really excited up there when your co-commentator there asked if you'd actually run a 5,000 metres before.
1,500, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. Well, that's the thing. I used to just be a sprinter. I used to be a hockey player, and I used to hate the 800. I used to think the 800 sucked. It was so long. And then I became a 1,500 runner, and then on to, longer and longer. So, yeah, it was funny, but that's all right. It's probably not as bad as some of the comments when I mistook one of my commentators here for someone else.
Now, stick around here on the tartan couch. Well, the absent tartan couch. We've got Clyde as well. And man next to me, Ollie Wormy Worm, absolutely going off your head out here tonight, buddy. In the field, everything was happening.
It was happening, mate. And the high jump right now, Eleanor Patterson there, her third and final attempt at metre 95. So we'll cross to that. Hopefully she can clear it. She's an absolute superstar. All right, so here we go. The crowd's getting behind her, starting to clap. They're getting behind her. I don't know if you can hear that at home, but they're starting to get behind her. She's focused. Here she goes. Slapping herself. Here we go. Oh, that was close. That is.
As the red flag goes up on Eleanor Patterson's IAAF Melbourne World Challenge. Ollie, we had a national record out there tonight.
It's absolutely massive, isn't it? I mean, we knew that those three would be, throwing big tonight. National record, we thought possibly, who knows, but we saw it go, an absolute monster throw, and it's great for the sport. It's great to see national record go, so fantastic. The crowd loved it, and Kim's over the moon as well, so good to see that happen.
Just one word, Henry Frayne.
Legendary.
Lie down, Tom.
That was pretty awesome up there as well. Highlight for you, Robbo, from tonight's events.
I feel like I need to lie down too, Mossy. This was just something else to be in this area surrounded by greatness in track and field. And look, for me, the highlight, the men's 800, I think that was something special. We followed Josh Ralph. He's been a close fan of the show, and we've enjoyed following him. I watched the Zatopek. I followed the Zatopek meet where he ran his 800 here, and his PBs that have progressed and progressed. I'm calling it already. He's destined to break Ralph Dobell's national record. But I think great things there. But
You've called that at every meet, Robbo.
Yeah, I know. But Dwayne Solomon and the guys all look up to Dwayne. And he's added a lot to the last two races that he's been here. So a big thanks to Dwayne, as well as all the international stars that have competed in the tour. But Jeff Risley, he's back as well. And I think this national 800 metres, it's going to be something special.
Absolutely. I mean, with Jeff Risley there, he's early in his season, Benita, but he's starting to show some of that form that we know he's capable of.
Yeah, definitely. I know Jeff really well, and it just takes time to get to that really good shape, and I think Jeff's coming up and up and up, and what helps Jeff and the other guys is all the other ones behind him and the ones in front of him. So, yeah, Nationals is going to be awesome. I mean, I hate 800s, but they're my favourite event to watch for sure, yeah.
Now, I just want to ask a question going back to the Olympics. You went into the marathon. You weren't at your peak condition. That must have been the hardest couple of hours of your life.
Yeah, it was pretty tough. I mean, I had a hip injury and I didn't run outside for 6 weeks leading in, like probably the last couple of days I did before the race, and I was in a lot of pain even at 5K, and it was not something that I would encourage people to do, but I just didn't know if I'd ever go to the Olympics again. And I think it's all about competing to your best ability, and when you're competing for Australia, you don't pull out, unless my leg was falling off. I felt, it was my slowest time I've ever done, and that, that's hard, but certainly, I just had to do my best, and I know a lot of people look up to what I do, so I was just trying, to finish.
Now, I've got a question for you, Benita. What are you doing with yourself? What are your travel plans in July and August this year?
I'm not really sure, I'm certainly not going to Com Games. I'm not fit enough, but I don't know. I'll be around for sure.
Well, don't rule it out, because we might need you over there. You showed some great form behind the microphone tonight, and we're looking for some talent on the tartan couch to help us call the action over there for the Glasgow Commonwealth Games. I know Clyde here has taken a real shine to you, and so he'd love to get over there with you. So
he's been lying down all night waiting for you to pick him up.
That's right.
He actually got called a dolly on the plane.
Oh, nice. Well, actually, I think one of our mates hashtag Beauty and the Beast tonight. So I thought he was talking about me, but I wasn't sure. Maybe I was the beast and you guys were the beauties. But no, I'd love to do some more commentating, and if it worked out, I'd love to be over there for sure. Yeah.
Well, we'll make it happen. Now, Mossy, Collis Birmingham. I didn't catch up with him straight after his race. He said to me he's going down to do a bit of a warm down, catch up, have a banana, recover.
He could have had a banana here, Robbo.
Oh, I know. And he had said he was coming back to sit on the tartan couch again.
Well, we're going to stick around here till he does. It could be 5 days.
I was quoted midweek on the Road to Glasgow, the weekly wrap-up show that you and I do on mossieandrobbo.com. I was quoted as saying, I'm not leaving Melbourne until we get Collis on the tartan couch. So, I'm in agreement, mate. We'll protest. We'll sit out here till we get him.
Looking forward to the Nationals, Wormy, in a couple of weeks. From what you've seen tonight in the field, who else are we going to see push through to possibly, even jump or run or jump or chuck a B qualifier?
Well, Kelsey Roberts had a really good early season form in the Javelin, so she threw moderately well tonight, not near her personal best, she said early on, but I think by Nationals, want to see her getting up to around 62, 63, right up there competing with Mickle and Mitchell. The long jumpers, Fabrice, a bit rusty tonight, and Robbie Crowther as well, so I think they'll take a lot from it, and by Nationals, they're going to come up and hopefully be in 8 metre plus shape as well. So they're a couple to look at come Nationals, and it's exciting that, we've got athletes who are just starting to hit their best when it counts, and hopefully do it when it counts at the championships like national, because that's when you want to see your athletes performing the best.
The real question is, though, how are you going to sleep tonight?
I don't think I'll be able to sleep. In my mind, I just see Henry Frayne jumping 8-10 through the air, landing, and I was just, whoa! It was amazing. It was, first time back in 17 months, how long it's been, to do that in long tights as well. We didn't even take the long tights off.
Oh, you're watching very closely, Wormy.
If he was in splitties, probably could have got a bit.
Okay, Wormy, you're just about done.
Now, Mossy, to me it was a little bit like an NBA game, just seeing the all-stars of the sport here, and the
commentary.
Well, the commentary was pretty good, but even just now, looking at Evan O'Hanlon here, multiple gold medalists for Australia. Wormy almost lost it when he saw Josh Ross walking behind earlier.
There's Sam Baines.
There's Sam Baines.
We hope Sam's okay.
We wish his hamstring all the very best.
Okay.
He can't get on the couch. He's not allowed on the couch.
No, he can't.
You've got to be
but
aware.
we also had Steve Hooker, but the biggest find I had of the night was I saw him over and over again. It was Dave Luttrell, and I like to bring him in now. He just happens to be
Does that mean I've got to get out of this shot?
I just did.
We can hit 5. We've got to tighten up, but.
I just did one of the best outros of a meet ever, they reckon. No one was listening, but geez, I was solid, Robbo.
The Seagulls heard it.
Very good.
Lutzy, you're losing your voice. Yeah, take it over to Benita Willis.
Hello, Benita.
And this is Clyde. You were talking about Clyde there when you said superstar, were you?
No. Well, 2 superstars. He's got how many Twitter followers has he got now? Is he over 30?
33
last count.
39. So at Clyde on tour.
We want to go to Clive on tour. Now, just a quick one, Lutzy. Benita and I, we were having a great chat. Getting on like a house on fire.
Yeah. What is Benita?
So we're almost fist pumping it, and then you know what happened?
What?
I said I kind of clicked on that this wasn't working, and I said, "Do you think I'm Lutzy?" And she said, "You are, aren't you?"
What were you saying?
I was offended.
Inappropriate.
No, I was talking about some of your mates in Queensland. I was talking about Al Stevenson.
I agree with it for a while. I was like, yeah.
He'll be watching.
Oh, Big Al, how are you, Al? Just quietly, do you think I'm copping a harsh rap? Everyone's saying I look like him. I think I'm a genuine 6.5 out of 10, and I'm just not sure he's in the same territory. But
I'm an 8.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hang on.
It depends what you're wearing.
It's a niche market.
What you're masking, I think. So he had glasses on, but 6.5. Yeah,
What, do you think it's a bit high? Or?
That's a bit harsh, I think.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. South Queenslanders, we stick together.
Yeah, that's right. We got to stick together. I think maybe 7.5.
Righto, okay.
Let's talk some quick track and field. Your 3 highlights of the night, mate.
Well, you have to say Kim Mickle was outstanding. I mean, that's a record that's something you were in primary school when Louise broke.
Ollie Worm wasn't even born, let alone shaving, which he still doesn't do.
Still doesn't. Other than that, I don't know. All around the park was fantastic. What was your highlight? Mickle was probably it for me.
Yeah, tough to beat Mickle. Anything. There's loads of good running and jumping and throwing.
Frayne.
Oh, yeah.
The Frayne train.
Yeah, Frayne, who has popped out of nowhere. I was just talking to his coach, Gary, and just he literally has barely been on the runway. So for him to bust out an 8 metre plus is phenomenal. He's a superstar. And Lappy, watching him jump, even though he didn't jump real well tonight, it's just the airtime he gets. It's a pleasure to watch. Yeah. And Benita, she didn't do anything, but I just love her.
No, she was brilliant in commentary. I'll tell you, she dragged us along.
You'll be able to watch it tomorrow. You'll be able to watch it in 5 minutes. The live stream will be up on YouTube. It'll be available. Athletics Australia's channel. You'll be able to relive the whole night again.
I just freeze frame the bits I'm in usually. That's what I do. Yeah, good. So I'm not getting paid for this.
No. See you later. He's out of here.
Who gets paid around here?
Yeah. No, good. So look, it's been a great night, and I'm not sure how we're going to come down from such a high. We've got the Nationals in 2 weeks. Even before that, we've got the Queensland Track Classic up there in Brisbane. Unfortunately, no tartan couch action up there this time, but it's sure to be a great meet. And then onwards to the Nationals. And Mossy, you're excited for that one?
Absolutely. And on behalf of the whole crew here, the guys from Bar TV, VPA Production, Benita Willis, Ollie, Frayne Train Worm, Robbo,
Matt Lynch,
Mossy, Matt Lynch, and Clyde. We'll catch you in 2 weeks for the Saturday of the Nationals. Back to you now.